Everyone. Thank you for joining in. Can everyone hear me? Is the microphone okay? Brilliant. Good stuff. So just a quick introduction. My name is Sabbath and I am co-hosting today with my colleague Yasmin. We both work within Hired. You may have heard of us. We are based in Moss House on the ground floor where we offer careers advice, guidance, support with work experience placements and much more. So today is our final actually virtual employee extravaganza event taking place. We will actually start just in a few moments. But thank you for joining, and please ensure that your mics and cameras are switched off. We will now make Tom presenter, and I'll pass it on to my colleague Yasmin. Thank you.
Tom, I'll make you presenter now.
Perfect, thank you. Morning, everyone. So my name's Tom from Pure Gym. To give you a bit about me, so I'm a talent acquisition specialist for the company, specifically around hiring personal trainers and gym instructors for our business. So my purpose here today is to give you a bit of an insight into us as a brand and as a company, and then talk to you about what we're looking for as well within our gyms, and hopefully this will all work nice and simple. Perfect. So a little bit about us as a company, Pure Gym, if you haven't heard of us or haven't been into one of our sites. We're a brand that started in 2009, so we're 11 years old now. Our estate currently stands at 270 plus gyms in the UK. Our expansion expansion aim over the next few years is to actually get to around 500 to 550 in the UK. So we're about halfway through where we want to be. We've recently taken over a company in Europe, which has added another 150 plus sites to our estate in Denmark, Switzerland, and Poland. We're the fastest growing low-cost gym in the UK. As you can see, in 11 years, we've expanded quite rapidly, and we're going to continue to do that once we get through COVID and out into a plainer water, or smoother water as it is. We're the largest fitness provider in the UK. We've been there for a number of years now. And our target as a business is to continue to be that and to continue to drive that forwards as well. Our membership base in the UK is over 1 million. It stands at around 1.4 million members currently in the UK. The largest current membership base in the UK as well, which is great for us, which shows that our product is what we want it to be, and the UK public are coming into our gyms, which is great. With regards to that as a personal training, or looking at personal training, approximately 10% of our members currently seek or use the services of our personal trainers. So around 140,000 of our members have personal training, which for any potential new PTs coming into the business gives them an extra or an additional 90% of our membership base for potential clients to tap into. So a wide scope for you to build your businesses with us as well. We currently have over 2,000 personal trainers within our 270 plus sites in the UK, and we're looking to expand on that team as well, hence why I'm here today with you as well. What we offer our members, so as a company, what we offer to our members that join us and use our sites. So the majority, a high percentage of our sites are open 24/7, so 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, even Christmas Day, which is coming up. So members can use our sites whenever they wish, can come in and train to whenever suits them around their work commitments or life commitments as well. We always try to base our locations or our sites in great locations. So around the Birmingham area and surrounding area, we've got about 24 sites, typically sort of based in the city centres or on retail parks with sort of good access for travel and parking, etc. We look to use top of the range equipment. So if you've not been into any of our gyms, we typically use Matrix and Precore for a lot of our equipment. We also use Black Box in our functional areas, and then Reebok equipment for all of our studio as well. Probably one of the biggest aspects of us as a business is our memberships are no contract. So our members can cancel whenever they wish. They have the flexibility to come and go as they please, but know that they're also never tied into us as a business. Whenever they feel the need to, they can cancel their membership. We offer free classes and inductions to all of our members. These are all booked via the app. So for our personal trainers, they will deliver those classes, they'll deliver the inductions, which is a great way to get to know our members and then offload and offer your services as well. Our memberships are flexible and affordable, so we're always at a reasonably priced price point, which is great. And we offer a fun and friendly atmosphere for all of our members to train in, which hopefully if you are members or have been into there, you've had that experience as well. So what do you need and what we're looking for as a company? So we're looking for anyone who's got a recognized level 2 gym instructor or level 3 personal training certificate, or is currently studying towards one of those 2 qualifications. Even if you aren't currently studying, but you are looking to then become a gym instructor or a personal trainer, we'd love to chat to you as well. We're more than happy to talk through any stages of the qualification and then help you through that, as well as then if you've already got your qualifications as well. If you were to be successful in working with us, all of our personal trainers and fitness coaches require an emergency first aid at work certificate, which we pay for, and we put you through that course, that day's training to get you up to speed. If you've already got it, then great, bring that with you, but we will then pay for the repeat side of the training. We're looking for individuals that are willing to learn, to grow and teach our group exercise classes. We teach you how we like to run our classes as soon as you join us, but we then want you to put your ownership on that, to grow your own class, to teach the group exercise classes, to make them different and provide a better service for our members. We're looking for you to have a self-driven approach, but also be able to embrace a team environment. So running your own business as a personal trainer, you need to be driven yourself and intrinsically, but then also be able to work as part of a large team and as a large company as well. Have a positive outlook on work, on life in general, be fun and energetic, which will then translate onto the gym floor, and then more so want to make a difference to people's lives. That's exactly what we are as a company. Our sort of strapline is we're inspiring a healthier nation. We want our personal trainers, our employees to embody that and want to make a difference to people's lives as well. So to talk you through our business model, how we operate with our personal trainers and our fitness coaches, I'll just outline the model that we work off of. So it's a personal trainer / fitness coach. So it's 2 roles in one. So you'll work as a fitness coach, but then also as a self-employed personal trainer. I'll talk you through now the fitness coach side of the role and then move on to the personal training. So in the fitness coach, you would be given a contract of employment for 12 to 16 hours per week. Those hours would be club dependent. So some clubs would be 12 hours, some would be 16. Those hours would be split between 3 or 4 4-hour shifts for you. Typically 2 shifts between a Monday to Thursday, and then 1 shift on a Friday, a Saturday, or a Sunday. So we always look to try and give you 2 days off at the weekend where we can. From that, the role, you will then receive a salary, which is paid monthly into your bank account via arrears, so paid at the end of the month for the month that you've just worked. Through being employed and a fitness coach with Pure Gym, you will then receive employee benefits, such as paid annual leave, so an annual leave entitlement of 68 hours per year. You'll receive 2 free gym memberships, 1 for yourself and then 1 for someone else as well, so a friend or a family member or whoever you wish to give that to, as well as then an additional paid holiday day for your birthday as well. With the role, you will lead our group exercise program. So we typically offer around 50 plus classes per week. You will take the lead as well as the other fitness coaches in the gym on delivering those classes. As I've mentioned already, you get the free training to upskill yourself and then regular upskill opportunities to develop as well. You will also lead new member inductions on the gym floor. So inducting our new members into the gym, showing them equipment, helping them with their training, their goals, designing programs essentially for them as well. But then also an ability for you to offer your services as a personal trainer. Clean and conduct basic maintenance on the gym. At the minute, everyone's probably aware that we're having to keep things a lot cleaner in the gym to keep our members safe from COVID that we've got at the minute. But keeping the gym clean, making sure our equipment is working and providing basic maintenance on that. Hourly facility checks and gym floor checks, including the changing rooms. So making sure the gym is safe, making sure our members are okay. Gym floor interactions, so spending time on the gym floor of those 4 hours, chatting to our members, getting to know them, providing them with customer service, helping them with their training, and also getting involved with any gym challenges that we run. We recently ran a Halloween pumpkin hole challenge, so things like that, just to give you a bit of an insight of what we look to do for our members. Touring and assisting prospective new members, so anyone from the public is welcome into our gyms. We'll offer them a free tour, show them around, ask them what their goals are, talk to them about their training, and then look to help them with the signing up process of their membership as well, which is, again, a great way for you to get to know new people in the gym and offer those services from the fitness coach side of it as well. So that there is the fitness coach, which is completely employed by Pure Gym. And now we'll move on to the personal training side of the role. So how this works, it's a self-employed business opportunity. So you would run and conduct your own self-employed personal trainer business, conduct your sessions from within the gym, and run your business completely yourself as well. So it's the ability and the opportunity to be your own boss and control every element of your business. 100% of your earnings are yours to keep. So whatever you earn from your personal training business is yours to keep. Pure Gym won't ever take a cut of that. We don't ever seek any payment from that as well. So anything you earn is yours to keep. There's no cap on your earning potential. So in a nutshell, the harder you work, the more sessions you deliver, the more money you can earn, the higher your earning potential. As a personal trainer, you'll have access to between 1,500 to 7,000 members, dependent. So some of our gyms have actually got over the 8,000 membership marker at the start of this year. Depending on the club that you're at, typically we have a minimum of around 1,500 in our smaller sites, which we call small boxes. In our larger sites in the city centres, we're looking at 6,000 to 8,000 members. So plenty of members for you to be able to engage with and tap into. All of our personal trainers have a license fee to be paid once per year, which is £200 plus VAT. This is a contribution towards the cost that Pure Gym incur by having licensed trainers within our business. For yourself, you can claim that back as a tax deduction when you do your tax returns at the end of the year. So you pay that at the start of the year or when you join the business, but can claim that back as well. To enable you to operate your business, there is a monthly rent fee to be paid on the first of every month. The fee itself is based on location, so different locations will have different fees. It's taken via a direct debit on the first of the month and will cover you for the month upcoming. Your first month with the business is completely rent-free, so zero to pay in month one. Month two is when you would start to pay that monthly fee. The biggest thing for me to remind you of there is, again, that is a business expense. So at the end of the tax year, yes, you've had the outlay each month, but you can claim that back against your tax returns. And then moving on to how we support you as a business. So as a company, we don't chuck you on the gym floor and expect you to run your business yourself. Yes, it is yours to run, but we want to support you as best we possibly can. And we will always look to support you. So we have unrivaled business support channels within the company, including free Active IQ accredited courses. So we have free business courses for you. We have a business foundations course, which we offer to you from when you start to set your business up, get you up and running and hit the ground running. We then have a 12-week business coach. We would look to enroll you on after that. So for 12 weeks, after the foundations course, we'll support you each week to develop your business and check in and see how things are going. Once we've completed that and your business is up and running, we then have an advanced business course, which is solely designed to take you to the next level. So where we say no cap on the earning potential, trying to take you to that next level and build your business as best we can. We also then have a Facebook group for all of our trainers. We currently have around 3,000 PTs on that group. It's a private group where we post all of our discounts and promotions with CPD courses and fitness brands, etc. for you. Things like level 4 in strength and conditioning, pre and postnatal courses, TRX suspension training, nutrition courses, etc. They will all be posted on the Facebook group. We also then have an online training portal called My PT Zone, where you can enroll onto the 12-week business coach, study online, download all of our content, access all of our webinars, all of our live Q&As, etc., as well. Which leads me on to this. So Pure Gym PT development is what we call it. So we're there to support our PTs, but also help them develop their business. As I said, the Business Foundations course and the Business Coach is there to help you begin your career, to get your business up and running and start hitting the ground and getting the clients into your business. And then this is just a little bit around the PT zone as well. So what it looks like, what it is, the ultimate development tool for pure gym trainers. So it's specifically only for pure gym personal trainers. So we control who has access to that. And it's there for you free of charge as well. That quite nicely brings me to the end of the presentation, quite short and sweet. So about 10 minutes there just to give you a bit of an overview. Please feel free to put any questions into the chat for me. I will put my email address into the chat in a second. So if anyone has any questions, if you want to send across your CV to me via email, it will be great. We can then get in contact with you and look to help you through the application process. If you want to know more about how to enroll onto a course, we have an affiliation with Premier Global, so we can set you up with them and help you get enrolled onto a personal training course through them, which links into Pure Gym. Or if you are already qualified or currently studying, just get in contact with me with your CV, and we can look to try and find you the club that best suits you as well. But feel free to fire any questions into the chat, and I'll answer them now. Thanks very much for listening.
Thank you, Tom. That was great. There is one question. How can we apply? I can answer this one. We currently have advertised these vacancies on Hyde Connect, so you can apply to them on there. Or as Tom said, you can email him as well for any opportunities. I did have a question on behalf of the students. What would be your advice for students to help themselves gain a client base? Would you have any advice?
Yeah, on how to gain a client base?
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically spending time on the gym floor, getting your face known. The best sort of advertising is yourself, in all honesty. So being on the gym floor, delivering inductions, interacting with our members, delivering our classes, but then also looking to go above and beyond that. So outside of the 12 hours, training in the gym yourself so members can see you training. They might be intrigued into how you train or want to know a little bit more about that. Posting on social media. So we have a huge social media following on Instagram and Facebook. We would look to promote you on there, but also looking to use your own social media channels. So following our followers of the local club, posting relevant content, etc. on there, and just looking to expand yourself and get yourself known as best you can. In club, we will advertise you via a PT profile, which will go up in the gym. That will then also be uploaded onto our website and onto our Pure Gym app. So anyone searching for personal trainers can find you and get in contact. But the best way to get yourself out there is getting your face known in the gym, in all honesty. Hope that answers that question.
Yeah, that does. There is another question. I think you've just answered that though. Is there a platform we can use to set up our own page to promote our services? But I think you just went through that.
Yeah, 100%. So we would help you if it was setting up an Instagram account or a Facebook page, anything like that. We'll help and support you 100%. We'll use our social media platforms that we have. So we have the Pure Gym official account, but then all of our gyms have their own social media accounts as well. So we can post on there for you. We can put any of your training videos on there, any highlights, any stories, whatever it is. We'll just reshare that and repost that so our members can get to see you and then follow that link into your social media platform as well.
I assume that the vacancies you do have are still live during this lockdown and students can still apply and interviews will obviously take place after the lockdown.
Yeah, 100%. So obviously our gyms are unfortunately closed at the minute. All of our management teams are on furlough, but for us as a hiring department and hiring team, we're full steam ahead. We're looking to get people in through the interview process, through applications, ready to start with us as soon as the gyms can reopen. So yeah, we're full steam ahead on hiring. So please don't feel as if you have to wait until the gyms reopen. We can talk to you as soon as you wish.
Okay, great, thank you. There is one more question. Do students get further discounts if they were to work self-employed with Pure Gym?
With regards, is that to do with memberships, etc., or sort of discounts on CPDs?
They're still typing. Both.
Both. That's cool. So with regards to a membership, you would have a free membership. So we obviously can't further discount that. So you get a free membership for yourself and one for a friend or a family member. With regards to discounts on CPDs, our discounts will probably won't be able to be re-discounted via a student discount, in all honesty. So, for example, our level 4 strength and conditioning course that we run, or we have an affiliation with, that's discounted by about £1,500 already. So I would be doubtful that we could get a student discount further on that, in all honesty. But the discounts are there, and we can show you all of those for you as well.
Okay, great, thank you. There's no more questions. This session has been recorded, so students will be able to listen afterwards. And if you are happy for them to email you, then your email is in the chat box.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so tom.wilson@puregym.com. Send any questions, any CVs, anything that it is you just want to get in touch with me about and us as a company. Feel free to, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
Thank you. Talk to you soon.
Perfect. Thank you.
In a couple minutes' time, we will have our next employer from Fairway Homecare. If you just give us a few minutes until we can start the session. Thank you.
Especially the new students that have just joined the event online. Abby, are you online now?
Hello. Yeah.
Thank you, Abby. I'm just going to put myself on mute. You would need to. We can't hear a lot of echoing in the background, so I'm not sure why. I'll put myself on mute anyway, and then we'll see how that goes.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you.
Hello, so I'm from Fairway Homecare. I'm just with my colleague Becky, and we are colleagues at Fairway Homecare. So we're a care company in Sutton Coldfield, and we do have a sister company as well. So who are we? Fairway is a care quality commission regulated care provider of the
I'm not sure whether your internet whether it's the internet connection. You keep breaking up.
Oh, sorry, I'm not sure why.
Okay. I'm not sure. If you just give me a second. Have you got headphones on? Maybe it could be headphones as well sometimes.
I don't have headphones, no.
Okay. Yeah, because it's keep breaking up. We can't hear you too well. So let's start now. Yeah, that should be fine. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So as I said before, so we're Fairway Homecare. We're a care company. We also have a sister company called Learning, which is a training company for the social sector. So who are we? So we're Fairway. We're a care quality commission regulated care provider, obviously of the health and social profession. So we're based in the West Midlands area. So what do? We're not just a shift filler, we're a bed filler. We provide health and social care professions at short notice. So we do have a very high standards within the care setting. We are fully trained and we're all up to date, which is obviously always good. We provide over 250,000 hours of social care and 35,000 hours of training a year. So the roles that we do offer are healthcare assistants, support workers, community carers, nurses, nursery nurses, trainees, support workers and healthcare assistants, domestic assistants and dental nurses and chefs. As you can see with the chefs, we do cover the obviously the chef side of things, so that could be like chefs in care homes or just normal chefs wherever. We do like a kiosk. We do obviously before COVID-19, we supplied to Birmingham City Football Club in the kiosk thing. So we do that side of the company as well as obviously the training company and the healthcare side. So what do we want? Obviously we are looking for experienced carers, whether they've got the qualifications or just the experience. We also look for the carer to have a genuine interest in care and obviously dedication to make a difference in the health and social sector. A positive attitude is always great, and great communication skills is a big thing that we do look for. So the benefits of Fairway Homecare, we have dedicated consultants, so we are 24/7 company. We have competitive salary, weekly payroll, free uniforms. We have obviously our training company, so we can train in all like sectors of the healthcare to develop and develop your career within care. We are very flexible. We do work around you and your needs to suit your lifestyle, and we do have a refer a friend scheme also. So the opportunities that we have no is our training company, Embark Learning. So we have invested in Unit 4 Group and partnership that provide employers a ready, skilled health and social care professionals throughout the region. So we have a free course called My Care Portfolio, which we have a lot of successful carers that come out of it with a job offer at the end, and whether that's with us or with another company. And we have 2019, 2020, 55% of our staff have grown, developed, maybe they've more qualifications in, and that sort of thing. So My Care Portfolio has rewarded these individuals with a career pathway. So this is a journey to develop their natural care instincts and abilities, and obviously tapping into their personal experiences to produce the healthcare professions, trained with the best and most up-to-date working practices. So our values at Fairway Homecare, we call this Fairology. So this is the concept of growing and developing the entire workforce of professions who are best trained, the trained staff in the industry, really. So we have forward thinking, acclaimed, inspirational, resourceful, opportunities, lifelong learning, one of a kind, growth and you. So that's our values. Do you have any questions? I'd love to answer anyone's questions.
Thank you, Abby. That was a very great presentation. There's been quite a bit of, I think in between there was quite a bit of breakup whilst you were talking. So I just want to expand on what Abby has just talked about. So guys, especially students that have joined the conference, we have worked with Fairway Homecare for a very long time. I would say for many, many years, especially part of UCB. They've attended many of our events, and they have offered quite a lot of roles for students as well. So the first question I would like to ask Abby is, how do students apply for any job roles that you may have?
Okay, so we have Indeed, we have Total Jobs, we have LinkedIn, we have quite a lot of social platforms and job boards. If you aren't on social media, don't really get on scripts with that, just a phone call would be great. We have just rebranded, so we have a new website, a new company logo, that sort of thing. We've just moved offices, it's all brand new and fresh. So with our new website, we do have our emails and mobile numbers, and we'd love for someone to give us a call if you are interested.
Okay, great. And are you able to leave your details in the public chat for us?
I'll pop it in now.
Great. Another question I have, Abby, whilst you're typing your details in the public chat for students, is placements considered as an option within your company? And if yes, can you expand on that for us?
Okay, so we don't really do placements. Obviously, we have our training company, Embark Learning, and this is where we get them trained up ready to work in the care sector.
Okay, great. What we might do is we might get students to drop you a call to ask any questions as well, because you're still breaking up whilst you're answering the question. So if they, if they want any further clarification, I'm sure they can drop you a call after. But we will be sharing the recording and the slides later anyway, after this event has finished. We do have a few students typing up a few questions, so I'll just wait for them to type something in. We've got the first one hopefully coming through soon.
Yes, I've just put our number in there, Fairway Homecare, and I'm just popping in our email as well.
Okay, thank you. Any questions, guys? Please start asking in the comments box. Okay, guest, I don't know your full name. I really want to know what this platform is all about and how can a student benefit from it. Can you please elaborate on that? What, which platform are you referring to? This is for guests, so someone who's asked a question, but unfortunately they haven't put the full name in. Abby, I had another question for you anyway, what's the way with regards to the pay? How does the pay work with different roles that you have available?
Say that again, sorry, to cut out a little bit.
How, in regards to pay, how does it work with your company with the different roles that you offer?
Okay, yes, so depending on obviously the experience and whether you're doing our training course, and that the band bracket that you fall under, it just vary all of that.
Hi, Abby, you've completely cut off now. I think the best thing to do, guys, is I don't think the internet connection is great. It could be due to the new office that you possibly moved in. So the best thing for students to do is please contact Abby directly or Fairway Home directly for any questions you may have. The number is in the public chat now, which is 0330-024-1370, or you can drop an email to admin@fairwayjobs.co.uk. That would be the best way to contact for now in regards to any questions you may have from the presentation, which we will be sharing after. As we are quite ahead of schedule, we will wait for our next employer to join us. But Abby, thank you very, very much for your time, for your commitment for today. I know it hasn't been great with the internet connection, but you were still fabulous with your presentation, and all the information were on the slide. So I'm sure if any students have any questions, they'd be more than happy to ask directly. But for now, guys, if you can just hold, I would say about the next 5 minutes, we should have the next employee joining us. Thank you. Thank you for your patience.
Hi Rachel, I've made you presenter now, so you may begin.
Okay, thank you. Hello everyone, my name's Rachel. I work for Avon Cosmetics. I've worked for Avon for a very long time, for about 9 years now. Avon is a good startup if you want to start your own business. It's very simple during this lockdown because you don't have to leave the house. With Avon Cosmetics, you can start earning from as little as £1. For every £1 that you spend, you get 15%, which is really good because the more orders you get with your friends and family, the more you earn. So let's move on to our slides. Start earning with Avon more or less straight away, like Lou says. And also with Avon, you get a kit. The first kits start from a range from £10. The next one is £30, and then the next one after that is £90. But you don't pay for the kit straight away. You can pay for it from the day you start. You get 13 days cooling off period. If you're not happy, you can send the kit straight back to Avon. With Avon as well, you get your own WhatsApp brochure. So you can share the WhatsApp brochure with all your friends and family. And you also get your own online shop. Your online shop is through social media. So you can give people your link to your own online shop. And then people can start earning money with you straight away. They shop in your store and then Avon pay you the money straight into your bank account. So as I said, when you start your Avon business, you get 15%. When you have friends and family, you can give the digital brochure. You can download the Avon digital brochure to the WhatsApp. You can share it also in Messenger via Facebook. You can even email it to your friends and family when they've had a look through the whole entire book. I've got a book here. This is the book. You can have the whole book, and then what you do, they look through the book, they flick through it, they add it to their basket, and then they send you a message back saying, I would like to add this. And then you add it straight to your Avon account, and Avon will order it for you straight away. Slide 4. There's no better time to join Avon. My videos aren't working at the moment, I'm sorry. But at the moment, because of the lockdown, we've had an 80% increase in people wanting to work from home, because there's no better time to join at the moment, because a lot of people are losing their jobs. Slide 5. Right. So as I said, you can start earning from your first pound of sales. So every pound, as you go up, the more orders you get from your friends, your family, your neighbours, people you don't even know will ask you for Avon. I've had that on many occasions. As you go up, you will earn even more. So you get from £50 right up until £250, you get 15%, and then over 250 you get 20%. And the more you get in sales, the more percentage you will get. We have our own Avon On app, which you can download, and there's loads of training videos to help you. It's really safe with Avon, because at the end of the day, you can sell, like I said, from home, or otherwise you can do the old-fashioned way. You can give all the books out to your friends and family. With the kit, you get 10 books free, which is really good. So you can offer out even more brochures if you don't want to sell from the WhatsApp brochure, the digital brochure, or if you don't want to give your online store link to people. Also, like I said, you open up your own online store, and it's free of charge. There's no charge for your own online store to be opened up. All you do is you have your own personal link, and people can buy from you straight away, and then you get paid for it. Also, there's no testing against animals in any form of way with Avon, which is really good. It's been taken global stand against animal testing. There's even the rabbit on the back of all animal products against testing with Avon, which is really good. So if anybody asks you, has it been tested on animals, it's always no. And we've also got our own distillery range. The distillery range is everything is free from anything chemical, and that's really good. We even do our own makeup range, facial creams. Everything is non-toxic with Avon. And that's it really. The kits, there they are. They start from £9, and you pay an extra £1 to get the brochures, or they come, or the other one on the right hand side is the £30 kit. If you sell the kit, you'll get £90 back for yourself. So you sell the whole entire products at full price from the brochure, you get £90 back for yourself. Any questions, may I ask?
Thank you for that, Rachel. If there is any questions, could you please put them in the public chat and I can read them out and then we can answer them?
Yeah, where do I go to the public chat, Sue?
I can read them out for you if there is any questions and then
Lovely, thank you.
answer them that way.
Also, Rachel, it's Sabbath here. You know the video that you tried to play, is there a link we can possibly upload now whilst we're waiting for questions to come through by any chance?
If I can get it for you, hang on,
Yes,
sweet.
please.
I know there's ones on YouTube, but
I was just having a look to see if I can find it for you, but I just couldn't find the one that you had within your presentation.
If you go to YouTube and tap in Avon videos, it will come up.
Okay.
It just wouldn't let me share it from my iPhone.
No worries. Okay, I'm just going to share the video with all the students if you want to have a quick look. And please, any questions, start asking in the public chat.
Okay.
Okay, 1 second. I'm just going to upload the video.
We are the company that puts mascara on lashes and opportunities on tables. That fights stereotypes with one hand and breast cancer with the other. The company that knows the power of lips and speaks out against gender violence and for women's financial independence. We are the company that develops award-winning beauty products for everyone and supports millions of beauty entrepreneurs around the world. We are Avon, the company that
Okay, first question is, how do students sign up?
Right, I'm just putting the link that they can sign up to, and what they do, they just sign up to this link or tap in the link, and then all they do is they fill in their details, and then I'll get back in touch with them.
Do they need to register for self-employment?
No, you don't know. No. Not until you start earning money. When you start earning money at a certain percentage, then you register for self-employment.
Do you know what that certain percentage is?
It's £4,000. £4,000. If you earn with Avon, then you have to tell them.
Okay, great. Thank you.
No problem.
There aren't any more questions now. The presentation has been recorded, so students will have access to it afterwards. Would you be able to put your contact details in the chat as well, just in case any students want to contact you directly, if that's okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just putting the link in now, so they can click on the link if they don't want to actually get into contact with me.
Okay, that's great.
So there's the link, and then my details are here. There you go.
Thank you. That's great. So students, the details are in the chat, so you can note them down if you want to get in touch with Rachel. Thank you for your time today. Very informative presentation.
No problem.
And we will speak to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you. Take care.
We are now going to take a break, students, from now until 1 p.m. So if you would like to make sure that the link is still live so you can join in for the next talk, and we will speak to you soon.
Hello and good afternoon to all the students that have joined us for the afternoon session today. Thank you for joining us. This is our final Virtual Employer Extravaganza, co-hosting with my colleague Yasmin. We both work for Hired, and we would like to now start off with our afternoon session. So without further ado, if I can welcome Stephanie from Groundwork, who has joined us today to speak about their opportunities. Yasmin will now make you presenter, Stephanie.
You're presenter now.
Hi Yasmin, hi Sabbath, thank you so much for having me today. I'm keeping my camera off just to help boost signal and things like that for everyone, but it's great to see you all here, and I hope you've had a really good sort of extravaganza so far. So thanks for coming to hear about careers in groundwork, which is in itself in the environmental sector and community sector, which hopefully will appeal to lots of different types of interests on the call today. So I'll tell you a little bit about Groundwork so that you can sort of know a little bit about us, and then the kinds of careers that we have in the environment and community sector. The slide doesn't seem to be showing at my end. I don't know if anyone can confirm they can see it. But I can talk you through anyway, hopefully.
We can see it from our end, so it's fine. I don't know why. Yeah, it's fine from our end. Hi, Stephanie, you still there?
An action on the environment and poverty across the UK. So we're passionate about creating a future where every neighbourhood is green and every community able to shape their own destiny, work together, collaborate, and held back by the circumstances, background, where they're from. So Groundwork puts young people at the heart of what we do. It's a big part of what we do, and this means that we promote youth participation, social action, and we deliver a lot of youth work around different.
Hi, Stephanie, have you lost connection? Because we can't seem to hear you at all. Not sure whether you're still online.
At my end, I can't really see if they're working for you.
The slides are working from our side. I think not sure, is your net connection pretty strong? Because we can't seem to hear you. You keep breaking up. Are you able to come out of the conference and we come back in again?
I've got everything else fixed.
Hi, Steph, it's fine. Hopefully we should be able to hear you better this time. Yeah, if you can...
we can carry on with the talk. So sure. Hopefully this does work now. And
can you start from the beginning, because I can't make you present. I need to go through the slides for you.
So where I was up to in explaining the different roles. So thanks, Sabbath. Yeah, thanks everyone. I was having a great chat to myself then for a little while. But yeah, sorry about that. So I'll dive straight in and let you know a little bit more about careers in groundwork. And we're a charity, a federation of charities working across the UK. So we improve green spaces, we improve communities, and help to tackle poverty and environmental issues across the UK. So we're passionate about every neighbourhood sort of having being able to shape its own destiny, and that no one's held back by where they're from or their circumstances or background. So that's about us. So we're a really large charity with lots of different, a federation of charities means that we have lots of separate charities working together in different hubs around the UK. So we put young people at the centre of what we do, and this means that we promote youth social action, youth participation, and we deliver a lot of youth work as well throughout our different hubs. So that could be in youth clubs, it could be detached, it could be through specific programmes that are going to help different types of young people to sort of engage in education or employment or other things. And we make sure that all our programmes and volunteering is really empowering so that future generations can meet their needs. And we provide work experience, we run apprenticeship programmes with the funding that we bring in for the charity. We also then run placement programmes and adult education and other things. We create jobs within our community programmes. So if we've got rolling works of maintaining and using community spaces and transforming spaces, that'll involve lots of different roles and jobs within that. So we try and create our entry level jobs that way. So hopefully it's all going okay, although I can't see the slides again, so it might not be a... No, I think I'm dipped out again.
Before. Not sure why you can't see the slides, but if you, the next slides you've got up now is the careers, the examples, if you wanted to go through that.
Great, okay. I can talk through those, that's great. If you can still see them, that's fab. Okay, so I can talk through some of the examples. Look, I've got my backup here as well. So we have our entry level roles like working on community projects, enabling communities to do things for themselves, community groups to do things for themselves, or looking at skills within the community, or looking at particular spaces and how to transform those spaces. So
Hi Steph, you're breaking up again. So I think we're going to go to plan B. I don't know, can you hear me? You able to hear me now?
Great customer service, great IT skills to manage all the applications coming through.
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah, what I'm going to do, Steph, is I think let's stick to plan B.
Yeah, I can hear you okay. Yeah, seems to have done the same thing again.
No worries. Yeah, I think it's breaking up again. So we'll go to plan B. I will go through the slides and share the videos to the students, if that's okay with you. Yasmin will be in touch with you privately on this public chat. So please do stay online for Q&A. Okay. Yep. Perfect. That's fine. So guys, what I'm going to do is, can you guys hear me well? If you guys
okay, great.
Yes or no? Can you all hear me? Is Sabbath? Yeah, perfect. Okay. Thank you for your patience. Technical issues in 2020, hey, who would imagine that you would have these sort of issues in this day and age when technology is so advanced? But again, thank you obviously to Stephanie for trying her best. So what I'm going to do, guys, is I'm going to go through the slides. Yasmin, if you can make me presenter, please, that'd be great. And I will also show you a few videos from Groundworks themselves in what they actually offer. And hopefully that should give you an overview of what they're actually offering in terms of opportunity wise. So Stephanie obviously spoke about their background, what they do as a company, and she was just going to talk about the career. So as you can see on the main page, so they've got quite a few examples at the moment, and they've actually got quite a few opportunities at the moment in these areas. So if you're studying, whether it's a business background, youth, community and families, or any other courses, you might be interested in these areas. So it could be project assistants and admin support, or youth workers and community officers, landscape designers, communications, policy and research. So these are the sort of roles that you can possibly get involved with Groundworks. So getting started, just a few tips that she wanted to offer was in regards to how your personal development is pretty personal, so you can explore different types of volunteering, work experience, or education that suits you, general or specialized. Get support with navigating employment. So obviously, if you're looking to enhance your skills, build on your portfolio, CV, LinkedIn, this is a good opportunity for you to start with. I know it's voluntary, hey, but still, voluntary work is still good work. So do bear that in mind. And of course, be proactive. So whether you're first year student, second year student, or a final year, this is your chance now to get involved, whether it's paid work or voluntary work, in order to enhance your skills. Don't forget, when you graduate, there will be thousands of other students that will also be graduating from other universities. So how are you going to stand out from the crowd? So hence, be proactive now. Start looking into opportunities that may suit you best and also help you with your future career. Okay, if I go on to the next slide. So get involved. So how they are looking for volunteers now, and how you can get involved is you can either become a green leader. This is for someone aged between 16 to 20-year-old. It provides free training and mentoring, and will support you to design and start an environmental project. So you can start applying now. I will give you Stephanie's details at the end of this session, and the deadline is 22nd November. You can be part of the youth advisory board. So if you're aged between 60 to 24-year-old, very vocal, want to kind of have your say or talk about the environment that you're in, or any campaigns or any ideas that you have, this is something probably for you. So deadline is 10th of January, that's 2021. Future-proof park, so provides practical and online volunteering for young people to help run the local parks. So any local park to you, if you wanted to get involved in terms of supporting in those areas, is open to age 13 to 25-year-olds, open anytime, and you can apply anytime for this role. And kickstart jobs, so coming soon. These will provide 6-month paid work placement to young people on universal credit with coaching to improve employability. So again, this is something that if you wanted to get back into work, if you're out of work at the moment, this could be a possibility to support you with your future career. Okay, so just as a whole, what is benefits of volunteering? Volunteering in general does improve, not only support you with gaining more skills and making the CV look a bit more better, especially for employers. It also helps you with confidence and leadership. So you get to meet new people, you get to build on that confidence, communication skills, and possibly lead on projects as well, which would really support you throughout your studies and in your future career. People skills, like I mentioned, communication is very key in any work that in any working environment, whether it's over the phone, whether it's emails, face to face. Communication is very key. So it's good for you to have that, experience in that sort of area. Obviously, working in teams. You probably already do that whilst you're studying, but maybe group work or project work with other students. But again, generally, people skills is very, very important, especially in working environments today. In organizations, they're always looking for people skills and project management. So if it's something that you want to get into, very, very good in starting off with start volunteering. So very good way of starting to get into this field. So this was just a quick case study, which obviously Stephanie wanted to go through. It's actually a young person who joined Groundworks not long ago. I don't believe, and it's just basically her saying how it's actually shown her that the advocacy and activism, how it can be paid jobs, and she can find a purpose in doing something she loves. So great, it's a great quote there from someone who's actually with them. But this is Stephanie's details here, guys. We are open to questions, so you can start asking in the public chat. Emmanuel, I will get back to your question just shortly. But anyone else that has any questions in regards to, questions in regards to voluntary work they have, or paid opportunities that they may have in the future, please ask the question now. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is show you a quick few videos before we go to Q&A. So if you just give me a quick second, I'm just gonna show this video. 1 second. Okay, great stuff. So guys, what did you think? And if there's any questions, please feel free to share. Stephanie, I don't know whether you can unmute yourself. There is one question that a student asked. Hopefully it should be fine for you to answer the question. I don't know whether you're still online. Is Stephanie still online? Let me just have a quick...
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm still
perfect.
online. Hopefully I can answer your questions in the chat, like now or in the chat. Sorry about the dip in and out.
No, it's absolutely fine. So I managed to go through the slides for you, Stephanie. So I just kind of what we will do is we will share the slides after this presentation, and also I shared a quick video regarding the you know what you guys offer. The
Great.
students can now actually see your details. So if there are any direct questions, just in case they can't hear you again, they're more than happy to drop you an email. So I've got the first question here. When is the free training? I think one of the careers page, the opportunities you have available, there was a question around the actual free training that you're offering. Can you elaborate on that, if that's possible, please?
Yeah. So our Green Leaders program is 5 weeks of free training and mentoring, and then hopefully some more follow-up to actually implement a community project. So it's open to people in Birmingham. So do apply, and that starts just next week. And actually the applications are closing this weekend. So it's one of those quick opportunities that it would be good if you wanted to find out more to sign up on our website. The link was posted in there by Yasmin. So and it covers like the different stages of project management, so some really useful tools there as well.
Great stuff. The next question we have available is students over 30 years old welcome to volunteer?
Yeah, absolutely. We any age can volunteer at Groundwork, and it's just a case of, depending on where you are, finding your local Groundwork hub. And then at Groundwork UK, where I work, we're like the central office to the whole of the federation. So we're actually Birmingham based, but all working at home at the moment. But basically we could advise on perhaps other things that are available in Birmingham as well. But yeah, any age is welcome to volunteer. And then some programs are set for specific age groups as well, in terms of helping to coach people or bring certain groups together to gain certain skills. So yeah, it can really vary.
Okay, great. So Emmanuel, and is it Mihaela? Your questions have been answered. Hope that's okay. I have a quick question for you, Stephanie, in regards to your opportunities that you have available. So what does it involve? Because I find it quite interesting that I think there's a youth advisory board that you have. What does that involve? What sort of work does that involve?
Yeah. So the Youth Advisory Board is like really one of our core youth participation functions. So bringing that age range together to advise the charity on our operations, on how we can make sure everything is planned and prepared by young people for youth programs, making sure they're shaped to young people's needs, but also getting to see behind the scenes of a charity as well. So you get that insight into our committees, how different things work. You work with senior management on some key sort of strategic goals. So you saw in the video our strategy goals. Our previous youth advisory boards were working on those with us to make sure they were really powerful. So it's that kind of group. So, if you want your voice to be heard, if you're interested in how the business runs, what it's like to, how it's organized, you get a real insight through that. But also then you can shape programs from the beginning as well.
Great stuff. Brilliant. And another question I had was, so how do students apply? So do they just send their CV, or is it an application form, or how does it work with the different roles that you have available?
So it will sort of depend on which, if it's a paid role that you're looking for, and on the career section, it depends perhaps which Groundwork hub that might be. But generally speaking, I think now we've moved more towards a CV and covering letter approach, rather than specific questions and tables and forms you have to fill in.
Okay, great.
About the roles, and then your CV to go along with that, and obviously qualities as well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much for that. One last question before we finish off for today. Any more questions, students, guys? Please do pop them into the public chat. If not, I do have the one last question. It was in regards to, are students able to do as many hours as they wish, or do you have a minimum requirement for them to complete?
So if you're talking about the volunteering side of the roles that we mentioned there, so those sign-up processes are different. That's just like go to our online forms that are in the relevant programme, and you'll sort of see how you can sign up to that, and that's as a volunteer. So yeah, within that, yeah, we do have some core requirements, but you know, our programmes are designed to be flexible. But if you're showing towards, you want to show towards like your course, like placement style, or you know, show your voluntary hours, we happily record those as the program progresses as well. Some young people just take part in the program without those sort of goals, but others, like, they want to record what they're doing, so happy to work with you on that.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Stephanie. I believe we may have another question coming through from Emmanuel. I'll let him type up that question for you. But no, thank you very much for your time. But the students that were listening in today, thank you for your patience, number one. And secondly, I hope you found the presentation very useful. The recording and the presentation would be shared after by Hired. So please do not worry if you missed anything. But before we move on, okay, so everyone just saying thank you for now. So I believe that's the end of questions from us. Thank you very much, for Stephanie, and hopefully we speak to you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, feel free to get in touch if you have anything else today. All right.
Good stuff. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I believe we will be joining the next speaker soon. So if we just give it a few minutes, grab a quick water, cuppa, you know, some sort of fizzy drink, and we should be joining our next speaker shortly. Thank you.
Can we please welcome our next guest, Chris from Lasan Group. Chris, I've made you presenter. If you want to do your presentation, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Fantastic. So yeah, my name's Chris Thomas. I'm the HR manager for Lasan Group. I'm here to talk to you all today about the opportunities we have within our business and to answer any questions that you have about hospitality or our individual restaurants. So yeah, thank you for your time this afternoon. So Lasan Group started back in 2002. We have 4 distinct brands within our group at the moment. The business is growing. So Lasan Restaurant was the first restaurant that we opened, followed by Fiesta del Asado. Lasan is located on James Street in the Jewellery Quarter. It's an Indian fine dining restaurant and multi-award winning as well. Fiesta del Asado is an Argentinian steak restaurant. We have 2 sites, one in Edgbaston and one in Solihull. Raja Monkey is our Indian street food offering located in Hall Green. And then in Q1 of next year, we're actually opening 2 restaurants. One is a newly branded Sonrisa restaurant in Leicester, and we have another site opening in Harborne closer towards March time, depending on, of course, what happens with the pandemic. Okay, so just to give you some information about the different brands that we have, Lasan is our flagship restaurant. In terms of the food, maybe some of you guys have heard of the restaurant, maybe you've even been there. It's an Indian fine dining restaurant with a strong emphasis on food. We also have a cocktail bar as well. So the split there is probably 70-30. So 70% of our sales are food related and 30% are drinks related. The brand places a high emphasis on quality and authenticity. So all of the food is fresh. All of the dishes are true to India and inspired by Indian cuisine, obviously. All of our chefs have fantastic knowledge and skills in Indian cooking. We do have opportunities available at Lasan for anybody interested in a front of house role or a kitchen role. Looking through some of the statistics we have, I actually noticed that probably 10% of our workforce are current UCB students. So we do have strong links with UCB, and a number of our students have, or a number of our employees who study at UCB have been with us for 1 or 2 years. So moving on to Fiesta del Asado, rather than give you lots of text to read through on these slides, I just wanted to give you a visual idea of really what you can expect as a guest and as an employee at Fiesta del Asado. So Fiesta del Asado is essentially inspired by the asado concept, which is a family barbecue in Latin culture. That's the asado. So Fiesta being the party, so party at the barbecue, essentially. It's a very fun and fiery South American concept. It's a steakhouse first and foremost, so all of our meat, fish is all prepared on the grill, which is our Parrilla grill. You can see on this slide, our head chef in the corner is working away there on the grill. Both of these Fiesta del Asado restaurants are very popular in Birmingham. Very successful restaurants. One is located on the Hagley Road, and the other, newer of the two, is located on Stratford Road in Shirley, Solihull. The Sonrisa brand that we're opening in Leicester is a spin-off of Fiesta del Asado, but is more suited for guests who want to perhaps drink, maybe eat, dine with some small plates, but it's less of an emphasis on the traditional 3-course meal and more of a flexible restaurant where you can eat at any time of the day. So that's Fiesta del Asado. And the brand as a whole, since 2002, we've established ourselves in the Birmingham area and picked up numerous awards along the way. I suppose most notably was the Gordon Ramsay F Word, winning the competition for Best Local UK Restaurants. That was an award given to Lasan. Lasan as well was voted winner of the British Curry Awards 4 years. So has a great reputation in the British market for Indian fine dining. Lasan as well was also voted in the top 100 restaurants in Britain by the Sunday Times, and Fiesta del Asado as well has also earned numerous awards, most notably for Best Steakhouse in the Midlands on a few occasions. Lasan as well was also listed in the Michelin Guide, which is a prestigious guide of the finest restaurants in the country. Lasan also has a AA Rosette certification as well, which is given to the best restaurants in fine dining. So that's an overview of the company. As I said, as a business and as a company, we put a lot of emphasis on our sort of brand values of authenticity and quality. But in terms of the team members, we're a business of probably 80 team members. The values that we really encourage within our teams and amongst our people are conscientiousness and ownership. Conscientiousness because working in hospitality requires people to work with autonomy, requires people to do the right thing and to work under their own steam a lot of the time. And ownership because we really want people to take responsibility for what they're doing as well, and take responsibility of making sure the guest experience is as good as it can be if you're working in the front of house, and making sure that the food is as good as it can be if you're working in the kitchen. So in terms of opportunities, we have opportunities available at Fiesta del Asado and at our Lasan restaurants, both front of house and in the kitchen. I suppose there will be people on the call today who are interested in part-time work. We have a number of students who are really important members of our workforce who work part-time. And we also have a number of students who are more focused on a career in hospitality. And again, we can cater for that as well with clear development paths for people who are really interested in a career within hospitality, both in the kitchen and front of house. I'm sure that you'll have some questions about the opportunities we have, and I can answer any questions that you guys have. But one of the really important things, I think, from an employee's perspective, and obviously from my perspective, are the benefits that we offer. So from the point of view of benefits, we have a team privilege card program. So every team member within our group is entitled to a team privilege card. They will use this card for a 20% discount at any of our restaurants. So we encourage our team members to bring their friends and family along to experience the brand. I think it's really important that our team can do that because they are the people that sell the experience to the guests. So they need to have a good understanding of what that experience is from a guest perspective. That team privilege card, we also load with credits. So to recognise any good performance, maybe good guest feedback, good reviews online, perhaps, we will add credit on that card so that people can spend that money in our restaurants as well. The team privilege card also comes with a £500 bonus at the end of every year's service. So to encourage staff who have worked with us for a period of time and to recognise the long service, we give that bonus every year. And for the more career-minded people, if you do intend to stay with us for a career in hospitality, we have a company pension that we would enrol all team members into, providing they hit the criteria. And probably the final benefit that I'll mention will be the service charge. So I'm certain that most of you, all of you, would have been to some of the great restaurants we have in Birmingham. In all of our restaurants, we apply a service charge to the bill. So, for example, if you dine at Lasan, you will pay the discretionary service charge. I mention this because all of the money that we make from service charge, we sort of give back to our employees. So how that translates to your pay as an employee, on top of your hourly rate, you can expect to earn £2 to £3 an hour extra in service charge at Lasan. And if you work for Fiesta del Asado, it's £1 to £2 in addition to your hourly rate in the way of service charge. So some fantastic benefits that we offer, both in the way of recognition of good performance, around pension, and also, most importantly, around pay as well. So thank you for listening. That's everything I have in terms of information to give you. If you guys have any questions, I'll be happy to answer any questions at all.
Thank you, Chris. That was very informative. I wanted to ask, in the opportunities, do you do placements as well?
Can you repeat that for me?
in regards to opportunities, do you do placements as well?
Potentially, yes. Placements is something that we would look at. We don't currently have any student placements, but one of the advantages of being an independent business is that we're very flexible in terms of what we can offer to people who are looking for a start in the industry. So offering a placement is certainly something that we would look into.
Okay. In terms of roles, students go online to apply, or can they email you directly? What's the process?
Yes, absolutely. If employees would like to get in touch with me directly, they can upload their CV to the Lasan Group website and express interest in working for the business. The key thing here is that we don't need to necessarily have a vacancy advertised for you to express your interest. By sending your CV to me via our website, it means that I can then contact you directly if we do have a vacancy that you're looking for available. But as I say, at the moment, we're starting to get our teams back to train, ready for a reopening in December. And when we do reopen, we will be looking to bring new team members on board for what will hopefully be a busier December period.
Okay, great. We do have questions in the chat. I'll put that for you. Is, do staff get all the 10% service charge, or does the company keep it and the staff receive the cash tips?
Yeah, it's a good question. So in hospitality, you'll find that restaurants do very different things here. From our point of view, the company does not keep any service charge at all. 100% of a service charge that we make go back to our employees. We think this is really important because at the end of the day, when a guest dines with us, it's the team member that creates the experience for them, and the guest wants the team member to be rewarded with that service charge, which is exactly what we do. So you'd receive your pay each month on the 5th of the month for that calendar month, and all of the service charge that you've earned over the course of that period will go into your pay, so you can see how much you've earned. But in terms of what that equates to in real terms, it will be £3 per hour at Lasan and £1 to £2 per hour at Fiesta as a guide. Although of course this varies depending on how busy we are and how effective the service is.
Okay, great, thank you. We do have more questions. I believe I asked one of them. Your roles restart in December. Is that right?
So in terms of, sorry, can you repeat that for me?
I think I'm echoing, sorry.
That's okay.
One of them is when the role starts due to COVID. I think you just said December, if I'm correct.
Yes, absolutely. So we're looking to bring new chefs on board, particularly at Lasan, for the start of December. And we will have front of house opportunities in December as well. So this does depend on when we come out of lockdown, which the government are telling us will be the 2nd of December. But depending on the restrictions that are imposed on hospitality in December will ultimately depend on the start date, because the busier the restaurant is, the more staff we need to work. So we're hoping for a busy December, but we do have opportunities in the restaurants and in the kitchen. The start date will potentially be looking at the 2nd week of December.
Okay, great.
And just one comment to add to the previous question that Michaela asked. We do also, team members do also earn cash tips, which is separate to service charge and their hourly pay. So in terms of cash tips, the front of house team member that serve the guest will keep 50% of the cash tips they earn, and the other 50% will go into a pot shared out amongst all of the team in the restaurant. And again, all of the cash tips go back to the team that earn the tips.
Okay, thank you. The last question is, for the opportunities you have available, what does the salary start at?
So in terms of the salary, within the restaurant we have lots of different positions. The roles that we're recruiting for at the moment, we're looking for chefs. So a commis chef starting with the business would be paid national living wage, which is dependent on your age. And then on top of that, you would earn your share of service charge and cash tips as well. And the front of house positions in the restaurant would work on a similar basis. Just to give you a bit more information about what you could expect as a front of house team member in terms of training and development. Whenever we bring a new front of house team member on board, we would integrate them into the team. They'd get to know their new team members and managers through a company induction, and then they would gradually embark on their training journey to learn the skills and the knowledge that they need to be really effective in the role and to enjoy the role. So, for example, for a new front of house team member at Lasan, that would mean training in service sequence, in the menu knowledge. They'd spend some time in what we call the holding kitchen, which is where the food will make its way from the kitchen to our guests, so they can really learn what the food looks like and potentially the flavours involved as well. And the objective here is to really equip a team member with all of the skills they need so that they can then progress to a section waiter or waitress. And it's there that by offering a great service to the guests, they would be kind of really in the thick of in the service, and potentially would then have the opportunity to earn the tips, the cash tips, as well as a greater share of the service charge as well. So that's just a bit of background in terms of the training that we would offer.
Thank you for such a detailed response. If you don't have any more questions, if you could put your email in the public chat if you're happy to contact you. Okay, I think, Chris, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So you'd like me to put my email in the public chat?
Yes, if that's okay with you, just in case you have any questions they would like to talk to you about. Thank you for your time. The presentation has been recorded, so all students will have it made available. Oh, we do have another question. Are there any management roles available for those studying hospitality?
Yes, absolutely. We're certainly interested in candidates who are interested in management roles. We do have a restaurant manager vacancy over at Lasan. That will require some experience in restaurant operations as well, because essentially it's the leader of the front of house. Over at Fiesta del Asado, we are looking for a new restaurant supervisor, which is fantastic for somebody who perhaps has been studying hospitality, who's got a bit of experience in the industry as well, and that really has started to show the leadership qualities to excel working with other people. So yes, certainly, whether it be someone with a bit more experience who's interested in a restaurant manager position or a floor supervisor, yes, I'd be very interested to talk to you and give you some information about the roles.
Okay, thank you for answering the questions. We don't have any more, so thank you for joining us, and we will catch up soon.
No problem at all. Thank you, Yasmin. Thank you guys for listening, and have a great week.
Thank you.
Thank you all. We will be moving on to our next speaker, but not yet. A quick few minutes break. So grab yourself again any drinks or coffee, tea, and we will be joined shortly with Dave Jury from PGL. So in the next few minutes. Thank you. Hello, Dave. Are you able to unmute yourself, just so we can see whether we can hear you?
Okay. Hello, Sabath. Hello, everyone. This is
Hello. Hello and good afternoon. So, without further ado, Dave, I think Yasmin's made you presenter now, so you may start, and we can always share the video in the end. Good luck. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks very much, and hello, everyone. Just to make sure, so Yasmin, will you move the slides through, or do you want me to prompt you?
I have made you presenter, so you should be able to press the side button to be able to go through them.
Perfect. I'll do it myself then. Thank you very much. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Dave Jury. I'm with PGL Travel Ltd, and I'm going to tell you about activity instructor student placements with PGL. If there's anyone from any other subject areas and you're thinking this sounds interesting but not as an activity instructor, do stay with us. We have some hospitality roles, and we can chat about that in the question and answers at the end. So let me first of all introduce the company. So PGL are the UK's market-leading provider of residential activity holidays and educational courses for children. We have 14 camps in the UK. These are large camps based out of town, where school groups or youth groups come and stay with us for a weekend or for a week. And they do lots of different outdoor activities while they're there. For school groups, this is part of their education and part of the national curriculum to come away from school and to experience these kind of activities and a bit of team building as well. And in the weekends, school holidays, half terms, etc., we welcome family groups, children on their own, youth groups, church groups, faith groups, English language groups from abroad. So we have groups of European teenagers coming over to improve their English and take English classes, that kind of thing. We also have some camps in France, but most of the activities, most of the opportunities I'm going to talk about today are based here in the UK. The company started off in 1957 with Peter Gordon Lawrence, and you can see his black and white photograph there, organising canoe trips up and down the River Wye. The company has grown ever since then, and we've welcomed over 500,000 guests for the last few years. Now, this is the video that I think we will play at the end for some technical reasons. So at the end of the presentation, we'll watch a little video that will give you a flavour of what it's like to be an activity instructor for PGL. So let me tell you a little bit more about the role. As an activity instructor and group leader, you'll be working with kids, as you can see from these photographs. If you've not done some of the outdoor sports before, it doesn't matter. We're looking for people maybe from a background of sports, teaching or social care courses. People who want to be with children, we can train you in all the outdoor sports, and I'm sure you'll pick them up very, very quickly. You'll be responsible for supervising up to 15 children aged between 7 or 17. Most of the children we have are between the ages of 9 and 13, so a great age, the top end of primary and the bottom end of secondary school. You'll work with different groups across 4 90-minute sessions each day, supervising the activities, making sure they're safe, fun and educational. We also train you in group leading, which is looking after the children a bit like a holiday rep, Butlin's red coat, that kind of thing, outside of the activity sessions. So it's a very key role for customer service, talking with the teachers or party leaders to make sure they understand what's happening next and to resolve any queries or questions they may have. We will give you full training, starting with a 5-day training course, where we teach you the outdoor activities, child protection and safeguarding, and also first aid. On a placement, you'll work 42 hours per week over 6 days. The shifts can be anything from starting from 7:30 in the morning till 10 at night, but you only work about 7 hours a day, so your hours will be spread out across those times. We also have some opportunities for people who are interested in focusing on water sports like canoeing, kayaking and sailing. Ideally, we have a minimum of BCU paddle sport instructor level 1 or RYA seamanship level 3 for sailors. Now, if that all sounds a bit Greek to you and you've no idea what I'm talking about, don't worry about it. If you like children and you want to get involved as a multi-activity instructor, you don't need any previous qualifications at all. With PGL, you'll spend your placement living and working on one of our wonderful activity camps dotted around the country. We provide you with free indoor accommodation. So for students on placement, it's normally 2 people to a room. So you can share with a friend, partner, or we'll pair you up with someone similar. We provide free meals, so breakfast, lunch and dinner 7 days a week. There's free training is provided. We give you free uniform. There's free Wi-Fi in the social areas. You'll also be trained up in lots of different sports, and some of these will be national governing body qualifications, so you'll get some certificates to take away with you. We work very hard to try and match the duration of your placement to suit your course. Obviously, 2021 is going to be a funny year, coming back after coronavirus, but we will work with you and the university to find a placement that suits. But we're looking really for a residential placement for a minimum of 8 weeks up to a full academic year. We also provide you with a generous placement allowance, which is approximately £500 per month on top of the accommodation and the meals. So here are just some pictures to give you an idea of what life on centre is like. We have staff rooms where you can relax when you're not working. Top right, you can see an example of a staff bedroom. Beautiful locations. There's one of our centres, that's the one in Shropshire, that's on the centre right. And in the free time, people have football tournaments, they organise parties, karaoke nights, social activities, and each centre has a good list of all the activities you can do off-site, so you can make the most of your free time. When you are on site, if you want to get involved in some of the activity sessions when the kids aren't using it, you can try your hand at lots of different sports. Some centres have their own private beach. The one you see in the photograph there is Weymouth in Dorset. Every centre has an on-site bar, and many of them have on-site gymnasiums as well, which are free to use. And as I mentioned, we provide staff accommodation, and we also lay on entertainments to fill your free time. Okay, that's a video. We'll skip over that one. We'll play the video at the end. Applications are open now, and if you're interested, you can apply by uploading a CV to this website, pgl.co.uk/placements. That takes you through to our Careers Hub website where you can apply. You register your name, email, and then just upload a CV in Word or PDF format, and the computer will fill in the application form for you. We follow that up with an informal telephone interview, and then PGL provide a free DBS enhanced check. So we pay the costs for that. That's the criminal record check. The process is very easy. And this is what the careers website looked like. And you can manage your application online from your phone, tablet, or laptop. If you have any questions after today's sessions, then the email address that's there, placements@pgl.co.uk, that will come through to me and I'll help you in any way I can. You can find out more about PGL on our social media pages. We are on Facebook and Twitter, just search for PGL staff, or you can search for some videos on YouTube, just search for PGL recruitment team, and you'll see a selection of videos there. Okay, I think that is probably the end of the presentation. So if we can play the video then, and then after that, we'll take some questions and answers.
Perfect, Dave. Thank you very much for your presentation. Sounded brilliant. Yasmin, if you can make your presenter, I will share the video now for students to watch. Okay, so
My role as an AGL includes sessions 4 times a day. They can be anything from My role as an AGL includes sessions 4 times a day. They can be anything from Zitwire, Absel,
Dave, if I can ask you to put yourself on mute, please. Every time I play the video, it echoes in the background.
Fine, I'm muting.
Okay, thank you. I will replay that, guys. Sorry. Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. That was very informative. Thank you, Dave, for your time as well. If we go straight on to Q&A, that would be fab. We've already got a few questions that are being asked. The first question, Dave, we have for you today is, what about the pay scale for staff? So I'm assuming what the salary starts from, and I'm assuming it varies from role to role.
Okay, so for students who are coming to us on placement, they're not on a regular contract of employment. The setup we have with student placement is that we prioritize all student applications. So for instance, we are accepting student applications now, but we're not open to employment applications until January, because we know that many of our university and college partners, for them it's really important to get a placement. We put them to the front of the queue. So they get a student placement agreement which names the university and their course on the document. We provide them with, because we recognise they're on a journey of learning, you're not quite the finished article, we provide a placement allowance of approximately £500 per month, tax-free, plus the accommodation that's provided on site, plus all the meals. So you have no bills and £500 take home.
Great, thank you. The next question is, do you provide DBS?
Yes, we provide the DBS. We ask you, the student, to apply for it. I think you have to apply for it. But we give you a code, and so that the bill comes to us. Everyone who comes to either work or do a placement in any kind of role of responsibility at PGL must go through an enhanced DBS check. That costs over £50, but we pay for that. If someone has a DBS, I'm trying to think what the word for it now is. It's basically like a subscription scheme where you sign up to the DBS and you have a special number. If you have that, you can just give us that number and you can check. We can check it for you. If you don't have it, then we pay for it.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Next question we have for you, Dave, is can students select which area they work in, or are they kind of based in an area on where they live? How does it work?
Okay, so we have 14 camps around the UK. They're all going to be away from the Birmingham area. I mean, the closest ones are going to be over an hour's travel in each direction, either east or west from the Midlands. So I think you have to work on the basis that this is something where you pack a bag, you go away, you live on site while you're there. Obviously, if you have free time, you can come home. That's not a problem. But for that matter, it doesn't really matter whether you're 1 hour away, 2 hours, or 3 hours. If you have a look on the PGL.co.uk website, you will see there's a number of camps up and down the country. And if you have a preference, like you want to be on the coast, you like to be by the sea, then just let us know when you apply, because you can select, you can express a preference for which camps you are considered for, and we'll do our best. I can't guarantee it, but if you have a preference, let us know and we'll try and place you there if we possibly can.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. And the students actually, of course, if they're from Birmingham, I'm assuming they can still apply regardless of the location.
Exactly, because if they're happy to pack a bag, come away and live on the camp, it doesn't matter whether they're living on a camp that's 1 hour away, 3 hours away, Scotland, whatever. But we have most of our camps are in the south and the Midlands of England.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. The next question is from Andrea. Do you offer hospitality roles for placement?
Thank you, Andrea. I've got that written down as something that I must bring up anyway. So we do have some hospitality placements. It's something we haven't done a great deal of in the past, but I think there's no reason why we couldn't do that. The kind of hospitality that we do is we have large mass catering restaurants. Now, if I say serving school dinners, the school dinners I had when I went to school weren't that great. The food we have is actually quite good. It's basic home style cooking. So we're cooking things like spaghetti bolognese, burgers, a chicken curry. We always have vegetarian options on. For the dinners, there's a choice of 3 different main courses. If the kids don't want any of those, they can go to the salad bar, where there is normal salad, dressed salad, pasta salad, couscous salad. So they can have an entirely nutritious and filling meal just from the salad bar. There's soup, there's fresh fruit, there's bread available. And we have a big board where we mark up everything so that people can choose if they are vegetarian, vegan, halal, kosher, allergic to something. We can flag all these up so that people can very quickly, with minimum fuss, choose the right food for them. So that's the kind of food we have. It's a self-service canteen style restaurant. And certainly we have roles either as catering assistants, or for people with more experience, assistant chefs, or even chefs, restaurant supervisors as well. So those opportunities are there. And if there are people from hospitality backgrounds who are interested, then you'd be certainly most welcome. I'm just bearing in mind the restaurant who presented before us. That looks like a very classy, fine dining kind of restaurant. We are the other end of the spectrum, really. We'll be turning out anything from 1,000 meals per mealtime, so 3,000 meals a day. If you can work in one of these restaurants, then I think that the experience of working in that environment is going to be very, very useful, whether you stay in mass catering or whether you move into pubs, restaurants, fine dining, anything like that.
Brilliant. Thank you, Dave. The next question I have is, can aviation management students apply? So I'm assuming subject background is not as key for you guys. I don't know, how would that work?
Okay, aviation management is not a course I'm familiar with, but I suspect that it's going to be a bit less relevant. At the end of the day, if your lecturer or placements officer signs it off as being relevant to your course, then I'm happy. But obviously, I think there's a three-way conversation to be had about making sure we're giving people placements that really do benefit their course from university.
Okay, thank you very much. Next question we have for you is, how long are the placements? So how many months is it for if a student was to start? I'm assuming that varies from role to role.
Okay, generally speaking, we offer a minimum of 8 weeks, and we can go through to a full academic year, virtually of 45, 48 weeks, something like that. I suspect what we'll find for next year, because as we come out of the winter and out of coronavirus, I suspect that our centres are probably all going to open up, and we're going to need students around the end of April, beginning of May, and if possible, we'd like them to stay until the middle of August. If they want to stay to the end of August, I'm sure that'll be fine. But we'll be looking for that start date and hopefully going through as late as possible, ideally middle of August. That's what we'll be looking for. If the university says no, students must take a whole year, then let me know and we can look at that, and I'll make the case and try and make things as flexible as possible.
Brilliant, thank you very much. Next question is from Melissa. In what month do your placements normally start? So obviously, if we weren't in the COVID situation, when would they normally start?
In a normal year, our centres open up in February, and they stay open until November. So the start times could be anything from February till about June or July to start. This year, as I say, is going to be a little bit different. I think we're looking really at the end of April as a start point for student placements in 2021.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. I believe this could possibly be the last question. Do you have anything available in the tour guide side of things or customer service department for students to possibly apply for? Okay.
On the customer service side, not particularly. We don't. We have our own call centres at headquarters, and they're fully staffed. It's not an area we look for placements. In terms of tour guides, the closest thing we would have would be we have a couple of chateaux in the north of France, where children come over for cultural excursions from Britain to France to experience French language, culture and history, and they go on lots of excursions. What you find useful there is someone who's got hopefully a reasonable level of French, either conversational or fluent French. And if there's someone interested in being a tour guide and has French, I know that's a big ask, that would be perfect. So I would love to hear from anyone who ticks those boxes.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. I hope that answers your questions. I believe we may have a few more coming through. But no, thank you, Dave. You have been brilliant. We're just waiting for, I think, another student is typing her question in the public chat. So, okay, what level of French would we need?
Okay, so either conversational, so I think good GCSE or A-level standard, or fluent, which is probably getting in towards undergraduate level. I think as long as you can hold a good conversation, because it's the kind of thing where maybe you've got a coach, load of kids, you're trying to book a ticket and you're speaking with the ticket operator at the Eiffel Tower and trying to explain that, no, you actually want the group rates and they should be a little bit cheaper, and I've got 34 kids, so what is the appropriate rate for that? That's the kind of conversation and problem solving that we need you to be confident in doing. if anyone's thinking, well, I think I might be at that level of French, there's one of the staff in the recruitment team who's a fluent French speaker. You can always have a chat with him on the phone, and he'll advise you on whether you meet the criteria.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much. I believe that's the end of questions, actually, Dave. I don't think we have any more. Is there any more questions, guys? Is that? Hopefully, I think, yeah. I think if students do have any more questions, they can drop you an email. So you can see the email that's on the screen now, which is placements@pgl.co.uk. Feel free to ask Dave any more questions by that email address. I'm sure he'll be more than happy to help. But thank you very much, Dave, for your time today. And thank you on behalf of the students as well for your fabulous presentation and the engaging video. So thank you very much.
Lovely. Thank you, Sabath. Thank you, everyone. And if it's okay, I'll pop the website and the email address in the chat. Is that okay?
Yes, perfectly fine. Please do. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you. So students, we will have the next speaker very soon. If you can give us a few minutes to just upload the presentation. Again, grab yourself tea, coffee if you need to. We will be starting very shortly.
I'm not sure if my microphone was on, but I'll just say it again. Now we have our next employer, which is Fiona from Carnation Hotels. We will be uploading a YouTube video first before we start the presentation for you to watch. Thank you.
everyone. There we go. I think we just about got to grips with the technology now. You should be able to see the screen. Fiona, let me know if you can't.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Then we'll get started a few minutes early, but I'm not sure. I can't see any more on the screen if there's people there in the chat or if they're typing in the boxes, but I'll get started now unless anyone says otherwise.
No, we can see the presentation.
Okay, great. Perfect. Then welcome everybody. Thank you very much for joining us today. So as you've seen already from the video, we're here from the Red Carnation Hotel Collection. So we're a family-owned and run boutique hotel collection. So my name is Emily and I work as the Graduate Recruitment and Development Officer. And I'm also here with Fiona.
Hi everyone. So my name is Fiona Behan. I am the recruitment officer for Red Carnation Hotels. I typically assist with the recruitment for the 6 properties that we have in London, the 2 in Dorset, and I also assist with the recruitment for the 2 properties we have over in Ireland, Ashford Castle and the Lodge at Ashford Castle. So typically Emily and I, we work closely on the recruitment for the management program and the internship program. At the moment, the programs are paused, but we are hoping that this resumes once everything kind of calms down. As Emily mentioned, we really want to just kind of give you an idea today of who we are as a company and what we're all about. So next slide, please. So Red Carnation Hotels, it's a family-owned and run boutique hotel collection. So we are owned by the Tolman family. On the right-hand side, you'll see a picture of our founder, Mrs. Tolman, and Mrs. Tolman is still very much involved in the day-to-day runnings of the hotel. We have 19 hotels, soon to be 20, each with their own unique personality and guest experience. So with that, I am going to move on to the hotels that we do have in London. So the hotels we have in London, 5 out of 6 of our properties are actually in TripAdvisor's top 10 for London. So this is in a city of over 1,200 hotels, so you can imagine how much of an achievement that is for us, and we're extremely proud of it. The first hotel, I'll just let you know a little bit about, is the Rubens at the Palace Hotel, which is on the top right-hand corner. So the Rubens at the Palace Hotel is actually the largest of the Red Carnation properties and has 161 bedrooms. So it's actually located right outside the mews of Buckingham Palace. So you can see, it's like the back driveway, I suppose, and you can see everyone going in and out, and it's really great for people watching. It has a wide variety of F&B outlets there as well. So if F&B is your passion, it's perfect. You can have traditional Indian curry in the curry room. You can have sushi in the leopard bar, or we do have the English grill for traditional British cuisine. The next hotel, the Montague on the Gardens Hotel, which is in the top left-hand corner, that's a 100-bedroom 4-star property. It's located just beside the British Museum, and we actually have a special partnership with the museum for our guests. It's also home to an award-winning event space, which is it's incredible. It's a ski lodge in the winter, but in the summer it becomes a beach bar. It's really great, and that hotel is actually number 8 on TripAdvisor at the moment. With the Chesterfield Mayfair, that's in the bottom left-hand corner. This was actually the first Red Carnation property in the UK, and it was opened in 1984. It's 107 bedrooms and located in the heart of Mayfair, and currently the Chesterfield Mayfair sits at number 7 on TripAdvisor, and it's actually the highest ranked 4-star hotel on TripAdvisor in London. The Milestone Hotel, which is in the center on the top row, is one of our 5-star properties and is a member of the leading hotels of the world. It's a 62-bedroom property, and it is located quite close to Kensington Palace. So it's perfect for tourists and anyone looking to do a bit of shopping as well. Currently, the Milestone is number 3 on TripAdvisor. Just below that, you can see the Egerton House Hotel. So the Egerton House Hotel at 27 bedrooms is actually the smallest of all of our Red Carnation Hotel properties currently. It's perfect for a guest looking for a real quintessential British experience. Located in the heart of Knightsbridge, just a 5-minute walk from the V&A and from Harrods. And currently the Egerton is actually number 2 on TripAdvisor in London. And last but most certainly not least is Hotel 41. So Hotel 41 is in the bottom right-hand corner. It is one of only 9 hotels in London that has received the Forbes 5-star standard, which essentially means virtually flawless service. So that actually, we're so proud of it, we'll blow our own horn. It is #1 on TripAdvisor. So we're so proud of the guest engagement that we have in that property. Then kind of moving on to our other locations that we have as you can see, each location is unique in its own personality, stunning in its own way. We have one property on the top left-hand corner. That's actually our property over in Palm Beach in Florida. We have 2 properties then in Guernsey as well. We have 3 in South Africa, 2 in Ireland, 2 in Dorset, and 1 in Geneva as well. I don't think I've missed out any, have I, Emily?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. So Red Carnation continues to grow. These are actually our new hotels that haven't opened just yet. First of all, we have Kijera. So Kijera, I keep calling it Shakira, but it's Kijera. It's a fully sustainable exclusive safari retreat. So this particular property will only have 12 bedrooms, but it will have over 100 staff members running the property at all times. The other property we have as well currently in the works is 100 Princess Street. So 100 Princess Street is located on the most well-known street in Edinburgh. It will be in similar style and service to Hotel 41. And then our latest purchase is Hatch Hall in Dublin. So we'll hopefully see that soon in the next year or so. And then, so as much as we look after our guests, we do want to make sure that their furry friends also have an enjoyable stay with us. At the properties, you're all going to think we're crazy after this, but at our properties, we actually have dog concierge services, which includes walks. It includes doggy menus. So if your dogs have any dietary requirements, we'll look after that. And we also have a turn down service specifically for your furry friends as well. At the Edgerton, we do have our very own doggy afternoon tea. You'll see in the top right-hand corner, that's Millie, our resident dog and VIP at the Edgerton. And then on the very left-hand side, left top corner, sorry, you'll see Skabenga. And Skabenga has been at the Oyster Box for so long, and it has actually one of our most popular Instagram pages. He really rules the roost there. So that is us. And I'll just pass you over to Emily.
Thank you very much, Fee. Yes, Skabenga for a cat is very funny, I have to say. So we recommend giving him a follow. So I'll just talk you through a bit more about Red Carnation and perhaps a bit more of the bigger picture from our side. So Red Carnation is actually part of the Travel Corporation. So it's a family of brands, and there's 42 brands within TTC. So you can see up on your screen in front of you. They're all based in different locations across the world. The son of Mr. and Mrs. Tolman, Brett, he is the CEO of the Travel Corporation. So the family really are all involved with all aspects of the business. So you may well recognize some of these brands. Perhaps Kentucky. I know when I'd sort of heard of that one, I knew a few people at uni that had gone on trips with Kentucky, but it's designed for sort of solo travelers between 18 and 35 who want to travel as part of a group. As well as that, some of the ones that I've seen since we're based in London, so I've seen Evan Evans coaches around a lot, so you may well have seen some of those. And other than that, there's lots of brands on there, but we work quite closely with also Uniworld, which is a luxury boutique river cruise collection. So lots and lots of brands on there. There's a real wealth and breadth of travel experience within our company. So another thing which is hugely important to us at Red Carnation is sustainability. So there really is a massive, massive kind of emphasis on this and on making travel matter. You can see that sort of little phrase in the middle of the screen there. So we do run lots of different sustainability initiatives across all of our hotels globally, and there really is a lot of variety. So I'll just explain some of the ones that you can see on the screen there. So on the top left, you can see, you're probably thinking, what on earth is that? It's bees. So we are beekeepers here at Red Carnation, and we have bees nests at several of our hotels in different locations. In London, that's at the Chesterfield and the Hotel 41. We also have one in Guernsey, over some bees over in Guernsey as well. So as the bee population has been declining in the UK, we have done our bit kind of to help protect and look after the bees. So we also use their honey in the menus, so you can't get much more locally sourced than right from the roof. And a fun fact, there are 500,000 bees on rooftops across all of Red Carnation properties. So that's how many there are altogether. As well as that, we're involved in lots of other sustainable initiatives as well. You might be thinking on the top right, not quite sure what that is, but that is actually, so that is over in Bushman's Kloof in South Africa. So that's actually some rock art, which is, some of the rock art out there is over 10,000 years old. So what we've done is we have helped to preserve and protect it. And we've also opened a heritage centre, which gives an insight into the lives and the culture of the ancient Bushman sort of tribe. As well as that, on the screen you can see we do also on the bottom right, you can see we have the largest living wall in London, which is just attached to the side of the Rubens. So that has a vast number of species of plants on it, and the living wall helps to remove carbon dioxide from the air and also helps to keep the building cool in the summer and warm in the winter, which I wasn't aware, but that is one of the an additional benefit of having a living wall. And on the bottom left, in the bottom left corner, you might recognize it from one of the pictures you saw on the screen earlier on, but that is one of our properties over in Ireland. So we actually restored Ashford Castle. So it's an 800-year-old castle, which wasn't fit to be in a hotel before we kind of went through a renovation. So we've helped to really preserve this piece of history, and it really is magnificent now. I was lucky enough to visit it this year before we went into lockdown, and it's honestly the stuff of fairy tales in there. So we are involved in other sustainable initiatives too. For example, we do get our guests involved over in South Africa. They have an initiative where if they give their guests a bucket, and if they go onto the beach and fill up the bucket with rubbish that was on the beach, this can be exchanged for a cocktail. So we like to get our guests involved too, and also as employees, we are also entitled to 2 paid volunteer days a year with the company. So there are honestly, and that's just to name a few, sustainability is really, really important to us. So we don't just focus on sustainability as you may think, it's sort of just the environmental side. We focus on sustainability in different ways. And we also partner with TreadRight to do this. So TreadRight is a not-for-profit organisation that was set up as a joint initiative between all of the TTC brands. So the travel corporation that I was talking about earlier. So it's involved in over 50 sustainable projects, and it is modelled around encouraging sustainability using kind of 3 pillars. And the 3 pillars are there on the screen. So TreadRight is involved in projects around people, so helping to positively impact people and communities that we visit when we travel through travel and tourism. So it enables the communities to see the true benefit from tourism through helping them and giving them economic empowerment. As well as that, wildlife is really important to us too. So we partner with leading wildlife organisations, and we work to protect and rehabilitate elephants, rhinos, the big cat population around the world, while educating guests on ethical wildlife experiences. For example, we do have a campaign that runs to teach people about sort of why we shouldn't ride elephants. You quite often see that advertised. Quite often see that advertised as something you do when you go and travel, but that's not perhaps as ethical as we would like to be. So we help to educate people in that sense. And as well as that, the third pillar is planet. So we help to protect the planet as well. So there's lots of projects Treadright is involved in there. One of them is eliminating as many avoidable single-use plastics as possible by 2022. So that's called Project 2022. And we've started that. We've seen that effects of that within Red Carnation. We've already eliminated plastic straws, cocktail stirrers. There's a whole list, and we get set sort of targets every few months or so to eliminate these from our hotels and our offices too. So that's a little bit about Treadright. I'll just move on now to talk a little bit more about our awards and accolades. So all of these initiatives and care and attention for both our guests and our colleagues translate into a great guest experience, which is demonstrated through the many awards our hotels have achieved. So you can see a few listed on the screen there. And not only our hotels that have won the awards, but our founder and president, Mrs. Tolman. She has been inducted into the British Travel and Hospitality Hall of Fame in 2019. And she has just this year, hot off the press, she's won Corporate Hotelier of the Year with Travel Magazine, I believe. So that is really fresh and new, that one. So, you know, it all speaks for itself. And as now for a little bit more about what it's like kind of behind the scenes at Red Carnation. So we really do have a true learning and development culture, and this is demonstrated in lots of different ways. So we do have over 70 in-house training courses, and that's on a variety of different subjects and for all different levels of people. So we have kind of like courses for entry-level roles, so courses like sustainability, which we do encourage everyone in the company to do. That's one of kind of our core trainings. And we also have courses for managers as well, such as managing people and performance or coaching and feedback to help people develop and grow within the company. And as well as that, we do have specialist courses such as mental health first aider with a qualified trainer. So there's really lots of courses available, and it really is encouraged. And the picture actually on the top of the screen there is actually a training session that was run overnight for our nights team. So we don't like to leave anyone out there either. As well as that, more demonstration of our learning and development culture is we've been awarded the Princess Royal Training Award. So you can see the picture on the bottom of the screen. That is, you may well thinking, I think I recognize her on the right there. That's Princess Anne. And on the left is Vicky Tolman, the daughter of Mrs. Tolman. So we've actually been awarded, so that was a picture when we were being awarded the Princess Royal Training Award. So it's awarded by Princess Anne to businesses with outstanding training programs that have made an exceptional impact on the business. So our 2-year graduate management program has been awarded this for the second time this year. So we got awarded it in 2017, and then we applied for it again this year and got awarded it again. And our management program includes rotation around food and beverage for a year and rooms division as well, spending time in 2 properties, and you get a mentor as well. As well as that, we've also been awarded this year Investors in People Platinum. So that is awarded to companies who can show that people are at the core of what they do, and Platinum is the highest accolade that they do award us. So we've achieved that this year after being the first privately owned company to receive the gold standard twice. And just to note as well, we do also usually run internship programs. Like I say, learning and development truly is in the culture, and we encourage learning and development there as well. They're usually 6 to 12 months internships across all operational departments to enable undergraduates to get that first maybe vital bit of experience and really learn and grow. And lastly, just before we hand over to any questions, we wanted to talk about what makes Red Carnation a good place to work. So there are lots and lots of opportunities to kind of socialize together and celebrate each other's achievements. So we've just got a few examples here. So you can see on the picture on the top left, you may well be starting to recognize Mrs. Tolman. So she's in the middle of that one there. And she, at Christmas, she normally gives every member of staff a Christmas present. And where she can, she hand delivers them. So that's her at one of the London properties when she's just been delivering the presents. So you might be able to see the presents in her hands there too. As well as that, there's lots of opportunities to socialise both in and outside of work. On the bottom left there, that's a picture taken at what we call a tea party. So that's a monthly gathering where we get together and we basically celebrate each other's achievements. We give out awards such as Employee of the Month and just kind of give a hotel update as well. On the top right, there's also, we do socialise outside of work as well, and we have had we do take part in sort of football tournaments. And then on the bottom right there, you might have noticed it from the video at the beginning. So that is actually a picture from our staff appreciation party. So that's an annual party that we have every year in March with a 3-course meal, a band that are flown over from Switzerland, and then there's awards at the end of the evening, lots of dancing, food, some drinks as well. It really is a lovely night, and that is very kindly provided to us by the Tolmans. So just to show that they really do appreciate us. So there really are lots and lots of reasons that we enjoy working for Red Carnation as well. So that just about takes us to the end of the presentation. I'll now hand back over to see if there's any questions, and I'm just going to stop sharing my screen because otherwise I can't see. There we go. Lovely. No, otherwise Fiona and I can pop our contact details in the box as well.
We do have some questions. Are there any graduate programs only for kitchen?
So normally with the graduate programs, the way the graduate program works is that they spend a year in food and beverage and a year in rooms division, rotate around the different departments within there. Kitchen is one of the sort of places that you can do on your food and beverage rotation. But if you're more specifically interested in sort of just a role in the kitchen, I'd probably advise looking perhaps at vacancies when the time does come. Fiona, I'm not sure if you had anything to add to that.
I mean, it's not necessarily something that's definitely impossible to do. You know, with the joy of the program is it is quite flexible. You know, if it's something that you're interested in, perhaps we could maybe point you in the direction of a chef role in a property where there's quite a lot of dining options. So maybe you can get a little bit more exposure to the different environments in that sense. Yeah. The joy of working in a family-owned hotel collection is we do have that flexibility in, you know, team members doing internal applications. So if you're with us for, say, a minimum of 6 months in one property and a role becomes available in another property, you can internally apply to that role. So I hope that answers your question, but if that is something that you're genuinely interested in maybe pursuing, please, feel free to get in touch with us via email. We're quite flexible in a sense.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. Next question: when would your placement opportunities start?
Yeah, so I think it's quite difficult for us to say at the moment. Of course, with COVID sort of and the situation at the moment, we're not quite sure when we'll be in a position to start recruiting again. But I think the thing is, as soon as we are, we will definitely let you know. I'd like to hope with the sort of news of vaccines and things that we will be in a position to start taking interns perhaps 2021, 2022, like that academic year. But it really is sort of play it by ear for the moment. I think things so frequently change with the government regulations and what we can and can't do. It really is kind of just too soon for us to promise you anything in that sense. I don't know if he...
Okay. No, it's really more so we are trying to make decisions just based on government guidelines and the health and safety of potential and current team members. So we hope that's kind of something that with everything going on, it is understood. If that makes,
That's understandable. Next question: can students choose which properties they would like to work in?
Sure.
Should I take this one?
Yeah.
Great. So when it comes to internships, typically if you are applying for London, each of our properties, say for example in London, has such a different personality that when I interview you, I do ask you if there is a preference of property, and typically the people who give me their preference of property, it clicks straight away. It's like, oh yeah, they definitely fit in there. But if, for example, there's a position available, maybe I think you might be better suited to the Chesterfield instead of the Edgerton, because the Chesterfield is a big busy hotel and you'll be more stimulated. I would more so kind of push you towards that. When it comes to location for the management program, it's typically 1 year in one of our London properties and another year in one of our sister properties outside London. We do try to take into consideration, obviously, your preference on where, but ultimately, as a management graduate program participant, we do expect that you are flexible.
Yes.
So we need you in Ireland. We need you in Ireland.
I have to say, on that note, I was actually on the management program before I joined People and Culture. So I started on the management program just over 2 years ago, and I got assigned to Guernsey, and I remember when I found out, I thought, oh my God, I don't even know where Guernsey is. And I wasn't too sure about it, but I have to say, having been there, it was an amazing experience. Guernsey is a beautiful little island just off the coast. It's next to Jersey, one of the Channel Islands, if you haven't heard of it, and I don't blame you if you haven't, because I hadn't. So it's, I think at first what might seem sort of, oh, I wasn't quite hoping for that, can really turn into something that is a really enjoyable experience. And it is good to have the kind of contrast of a city property like London and versus an outside of a city property like Guernsey or Dorset or Ireland.
Okay,
but we do take preferences into account.
Thank you. We have a couple more questions. The next one is, do you offer a multi-departmental internship?
Do you want me to take this one, Em?
Sure, yeah.
Right. So with the multi-departmental, it really depends on the department. So we kind of ask that, for example, front office. We would ask for a minimum of at least 9 months in front office, just purely because it to become fully trained in front office takes at least 6 months. So by the time you finish that 6 months, you know, we kind of want to have 3 fully trained months out of you. And plus that extra 3 months gives you an opportunity to really manage a lot of different situations yourself. With the food and beverage side of things, say, for example, if you want to do food and beverage 6 months and housekeeping 6 months, we can maybe do that. Because it wouldn't, just purely down to the systems that we use in front office, and food and beverage are different. But we can look at that. It just really depends on the time of year and the properties that would have internships available.
Yeah.
Okay, great. There is a question regarding students completing a Masters in Culinary Arts. And can they have a culinary internship in the coming February? But obviously, because of your recruitment being frozen, you can't give a date as to when that would happen. When you open, there would be culinary internship opportunities available.
Yeah, absolutely. We having interns in the kitchen is definitely something that we can look into when the time comes, which hopefully isn't too soon. So yeah, we can offer internships in the kitchen.
Okay. The next question is, do you support the visa process for your property in America for students interested in this property for an internship?
So with the sorry, Fee, I can't see you. I don't know if you were going to go as well, but yeah, with regards to right to work, unfortunately, we can't sponsor anyone for a visa if they're going abroad. But if you have the right to work yourself, or you get the right to work, then we can definitely look at organising something. But it would be something that you would have to come to us with. Say, for example, we get people inquiring about South Africa as well as Florida. So it would, as long as you can show us that you have the right to work, then we're more than happy to look into organising something.
Okay, great. The next student, they will be graduating from International Tourism Management for FTA. Would there be opportunities for that course?
So I didn't quite catch the course.
International Tourism Management.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry, Paul. Absolutely. If you're, it's always kind of daunting, I think, leaving college and having, the first step after a management, especially. It's always daunting having that. So even if you want to send us your details, we can absolutely talk you through maybe potential opportunities that might come up sooner than the management program itself. So you can absolutely get in touch with us. We can have a chat with you. Even if it's not necessarily for an opportunity with us, we might be able even just to give you some advice. Emily and I are both open to that as well. We I constantly say to students, you know, if I don't have anything available now, even if you just want me to do something for you, just have a chat about the industry or where to go, where to look, I'm really always happy to pick up the phone, have a chat. I'm Irish, so I'll talk to anyone. Doesn't matter.
I'm not Irish, but I'll still talk to anyone.
Yeah, exactly. Chatting enough, both of us. But yeah, if anyone needs any kind of help or advice on where to go, what to do. But absolutely, Paula, we're going to put up our email addresses, so please get in touch with us and we can have a chat with you.
Okay, we've got 2 more questions. One of them is regarding internships within the kitchens, and they would like one for 3 months. What's the minimum amount of time they could do an internship for?
Sure. So I think with traditionally we say 6 months is the minimum amount of time. Just as what Fee was saying earlier, by the time you kind of get, you know, acquainted with everything, you want to have some time there to kind of, once you've learned, to practice and sort of flourish. But as with what Fee was saying earlier, we are very flexible. So it would be worth just getting in contact and we can kind of see if that is possible. With the kitchen internships, it's not something that we've done a lot of so far. So there might be a bit more of that flexibility in there. But we just have to see kind of whether there's any property that we could pop you in at the time. It might well depend on time of year and, you know, what's going on there too. I don't know if you'd have anything to add to that, Fee.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, it depends on if you're, especially at this time of year, which property, what location you're looking at. You know, you could be available for the 3 summer months, and that could be ideal for one of our Guernsey properties, being so busy over the summer, and they could be using, you know, a commie chef or something like that. You know, it just really depends. So we are, as Emily said, we keep saying, both of us, we're so flexible, and we really do. We just love having new people like join the team. So absolutely, please just reach out to us and tell us what you need, and if we can, we absolutely will.
Okay, we have 2 more questions. I keep saying 2 more.
No, it's great. Bring them on. It's fine.
The question is, do we need to have experience when applying for a placement?
No.
That's a quick one.
No. Not at all. That's
no, it kind of defeats the point of an internship in our eyes. You know, as long as you've got the right attitude and you're willing to learn, then no, you don't need any experience for an internship.
Okay, great. The last one right now is, do you support students with sourcing accommodation once they have a placement offer?
So with regards to the accommodation, it depends what property you're at, but say in London, property is, you know, it's very expensive and can be quite difficult to come by. So what we have an accommodation partner that we work with, but that is quite limited availability. So it is kind of, we have to see how we go at the time, and sort of when we're able to take on applicants for interns, it would then be a matter of checking if there is any accommodation available at the time. But we have had interns in the accommodation before, so that is something. We have some, but if we don't have a room, then potentially definitely we can send you links and things like that. Fiona's created a lovely intern guide with all sorts of information in there that you'd receive as well. So we can definitely send you website links and things like that.
Okay, great, thank you. Well, that's come to the end of the questions. That was a very informative session. It has been recorded, so students will have access to this as well. Thank you for your time. If you could put your details in the chat.
Yes, Fee, could you pop my email address?
I will. I'll pop both of ours in just now.
Thanks.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.
Brilliant. Thank
We will now be joined by our colleague from our marketing team, Sam. I will be uploading her presentation in a second.
Brilliant, thanks Yasmin. So yes, my name is Sam, and I'm the Senior Schools Liaison Officer here at UCB. So I will just be talking through today in terms of the different courses we have an option. So whether you're a college student, you're studying a foundation degree, full degree, kind of looking at those next steps and progressions that you can do here. So I'll quickly go through the different courses, and then I'll show you where you can find out more information as well. So obviously you'll be aware of the different schools and which kind of course your area and the course you're currently studying on, what area it is in. So to kind of start with, we'll go through each of the schools and kind of look at the range of courses. So the first is business school, and these are the range of different undergraduate courses that we offer. I won't go into detail about each of them, but obviously you can see there's a range of different ones. And then we do also have some new courses coming on board. So we've got our computing course and also business management. It will be a new degree course. The other thing to mention as well about undergrad and postgraduate courses is that the majority of them are accredited by the University of Birmingham. So even if you're studying on a degree at the moment, it is worth looking at the postgrad options and seeing if that is also accredited by the University of Birmingham as well. And then looking at postgrad, so if you're currently studying final year or you're looking to kind of see your different options, these are the postgraduate courses we offer for the business school. So especially for this school, we do have kind of progressions for nearly all of the undergraduate courses that we offer. So obviously you see the aviation, the tourism management as well, finance accounting, marketing, and then enterprise management as well. So there are a variety of different options, and all of these are accredited by the University of Birmingham. And then moving on to the School of Education, Health and Community, we have our early years, our brand new accelerated degree for primary education studies. So that's a 2-year course. And then we've also got youth community and health and social care as well. In terms of the kind of postgraduate options that we have here, so we have our PGC School Direct pathway, but we also have the PGC Primary Education. This used to be separated into 2 different age categories, so you could do 3 to 7 years or 5 to 11. But now this has been combined so that you actually do learn kind of all age ranges in the primary kind of setting. And then for our College of Food and Hospitality Management, we have a range of different degree courses. And pretty much all of these, apart from the food science, you can, if you're doing a foundation course, you can top up. So do your final year degree to get your level 6 and your BA or Bachelor's in Science, depending on which one you're looking at. So it's definitely worth having a look on the website for the top ups as well. In terms of the postgraduate options, we have culinary arts management. So if you're really looking to advance your skill set, international hospitality management and hospitality with tourism management as well. So those might build on nicely from the undergraduate courses you're potentially studying at the moment. And then finally, we have our School of Sport and Creative Services. So we do have a range of new degrees that have come in this year, ready for September 2021. So that's things like our football business management, and also our sport and fitness studies has been revamped and all the modules have been changed to kind of put in line with the industry. And that's now sport coaching and fitness. Also our sports management degree, that's been recently revamped as well. So it is in line, and especially with hosting the Scotland team for the Commonwealth Games for 2022, there's actually a module involved within that as well. And then finally, we've got the postgraduate options. So previously, we didn't actually have any progression routes for this school. But starting this September, we had our prosthetics for film and television. And you might have seen the brand new facilities, the prosthetics lab, which is on the 7th floor in Summer Row. And then also strength conditioning and performance. And especially with our brand new facilities at Moss House, it's kind of a really good kind of course if you are studying strength and conditioning at undergrad, or even like sport and fitness as well. It can kind of incorporate both of those areas. So in terms of if you are looking to stay with us to do postgraduate course, there are some fee waivers available to you. So if you achieve a first class honours degree and it was awarded for the previous academic year, you can get a discount of £1,200 on your tuition fees. And there's no application necessary, you just need to be a UK or EU student. Then also, if you don't quite get a first class honours, then not to worry. So with any kind of classification, if you look to study postgrad here, you can get £600 discount as well. So that's just a nice bonus if you do look to progress here. So yeah, as I said, I was going to show you kind of different ways of where you can find out more information. And I'll show you that on the website. So give me 1 second and I'll just share my screen with you. So this page is kind of looking at the postgraduate fees. So if you are looking into studying postgrad, it's definitely worth looking at how you'd fund the course. So currently, if you're an English and EU student, you would need to apply for a full master's course to be able to access the postgraduate loan from Student Finance. So if you do look to do a postgraduate diploma instead, you wouldn't be eligible for the loan. Also, if you're looking to do a PGCE, that comes under the undergraduate package of Student Finance. So that gets added onto what you're owing for your undergraduate degree. So it's definitely worth finding out more information about that, and you can do so there and how that works. And then if you are looking to apply to us as well, so you can just go on study here, how to apply. So for home and EU students and international students, it's a really nice, simple, straightforward application form, a bit like what you would have done for university if you applied direct with us. And you just go onto this section of the website and that'll take you through to the application form. And the bonus with applying direct to us as well is that you don't need to do a personal statement, which is a nice kind of added bonus. And then if you are looking to apply for PGCE, you will need to do a personal statement and you will be applying through the Department for Education. So we're an early adopter for the apply for teacher training. And that's just a new kind of application route which the Department for Education has created. So you will need to do a personal statement for that, but you can kind of have a look through here. We kind of give you instructions of how to do that and also start your application there as well. If you're looking for more information about the courses, you just need to go on to study, and then under postgrad, you can click view courses. So this is where you can see all our postgraduate courses are available, and you can find out more information about each of those. But also a really kind of key thing is kind of hearing from our current students and how they're finding their study here at postgraduate level. So you can see this little pop-up card. So Bara's one of our postgrad students currently studying global meetings and events. So you can actually chat directly with students that are currently studying the postgraduate courses here. And so you can kind of find out kind of what are they learning about, how is it different from undergraduate, and just ask any questions that you want to about studying at postgraduate level as well. So that's a really useful tool. So when you click onto the relevant course page, if there is a unibuddy for that subject area, they will just pop up on the right hand side there. And the last thing from me as well is that we do have an open day coming up. So we've got an open evening next Wednesday, the 25th of November. So it is online, and you just need to book here, and you book into a presentation slot to hear more about the course, and then our support services. So finance will be there if you've got any questions about financing the course. Our admissions team will be there as well, so you can find out how to apply. So it's a really great kind of place to find out all the information about the postgraduate option here. So I hope you found that useful. Has anyone got any questions before I go? I can always pop my email address in, so if you do have any questions afterwards, you can always follow up me as well. Well, so since we are doing masters, we were... So unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to answer that, Darnshri, about your trip. That's not an area that I look after. What I'd recommend is if you speak to your year manager about this, and then they will be able to pursue that and gain an answer for you. But yeah, sorry you won't be able to go on your trip. I know COVID's impacted in lots of different ways, but yeah, get in contact with your year manager and they should be able to help. Sabbath is a personal statement required for other courses if students apply. So if you just apply for postgraduate with us and you apply directly, you don't need to do a personal statement. Even for our undergrad, if you do apply direct to us as well, you don't need to do a personal statement either. It's only if you apply through UCAS. And then for postgraduate, it is just for PGCE that you'd need to do a personal statement. We sometimes do ask, so for prosthetics, for example, you will need to put together a portfolio. So there are maybe additional things and stages as part of the application process, but not the personal statement. Brill, and then Mia, For students that are studying digital marketing, can they apply? That's a brilliant question. I can definitely ask our admissions team and get back to you about that. I'm not quite sure. So we do have a range of kind of qualifications that you're doing at undergrad, and then the admissions team look to see which ones that kind of matches at postgrad and whether you'd be able to apply. So what I'll do, I'll pop the postgraduate admissions email address into the chat box, and then if you get in contact with them, they will be able to help. There you go. No problem, Mia. Has anyone else got any questions? No problem at all.
Thank you, Sam, for the presentation. It will be shared with students again. So thank you for your time.
No problem.
I think
Bye, everybody.
If there's no more questions, we can move on to our next speaker. We have one of our colleagues from the Enterprise Hive team who will be discussing the help they can give you during your studies as well.
Hi all, hello. Thank you all for coming. My name's Laura and I'm the events assistant for the Enterprise Hive. I'll just make sure if I've been set as a host.
Yeah, you're presenting now.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, that's great. Thank you. Let's just share my screen. Presentation here. Okay, so just want to give you all a warm welcome. The Enterprise Hive, it's for any student or graduate who wants to help to set up their own business. I'm going to keep this presentation quite short, simply because this opportunity is not for everyone. Not everyone wants to own their own business, but for some people it's a real passion, and you can take comfort in knowing that the UCB have a strong provision if you are the person who wants to set up their own business. You can assess us at all times, so you can book an appointment with us now, or if you want to focus on your studies, then you can join us towards the end of your studies or even after you've graduated. We will support any student up to 5 years after you've graduated. So if you really like what I'm about to tell you, you can either take advantage of this opportunity now or join us in the future after your studies. So up to 5 years, which is brilliant. So yeah, you can take comfort in that. So let me just make my presentation bigger for you. Okay, so this is our logo. Hopefully you've seen us around campus and social media. We're linked up to Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, so please do follow us. So if you are this person and have a business idea in the back of your mind, or maybe not have the idea just yet, but you really like the idea of being your own boss, we are the department and team that you should certainly come to and speak to. Traditionally, we would be on the campus. We'd sit down, have a coffee, you'd have a coffee with our advisors, and explore whatever ideas that you might have at the time. But of course, because of COVID-19, like most businesses and departments, we've now moved virtual. Hopefully this is just temporary. So for the moment, it is 100% virtual department. So all our appointments take place online. So, but this obviously, it's just to make sure that it's completely safe for you and also for us. So what can we offer you? So first thing you guys would be entitled to if you join the Enterprise Hive is unlimited one-to-one consultations with either Nathan or Joe, who are our Enterprise Hive advisors. They have a wide schedule available, which I'll publish to you shortly. In essence, we offer one-to-one, 1-hour consultations. It's a place to come, a safe environment to take your business idea. And if you already own your own business, or if you want to speak to someone who has knowledge of setting up their own business, it's really is a safe environment for you to come and explore and plan your journey in setting up your business. So that's the first, unlimited one-to-ones. We have some people who come to us once a month, and we have some people that come to us every week. So it's unlimited. You can book as many as you wish. So this is just a quick video on how to book us. So here we are. So first of all, you just go to the UCB website and go on the portal. I'm sure you're all familiar with. You go to the menu button, and under the Enterprise Hive is and University Services, has its own tab, book a consultation from here. So if it's your first time, you will just have to fill in a brief, like a short brief, which it takes about 10-20 seconds to complete the application form. So all it'll ask you for is just who you are and what your business idea is, and then from there, if you will have like you have a huge list of the whole semester of times and dates available to book us. You can pick an appointment that works best for you, and you'll be spending 1 hour with one of our enterprise advisors, obviously either Nathan or Joe. So here, one of the key things, I feel like we may have just missed a slide. Let me just double check. Yes, we have. So one of the key things that we offer is a buzz session, which is a business event. We try to give it a bit of a wow factor with our events. Each month we will host an event on many different themes, all around entrepreneurship and setting up your business. So here are the types of people that you will get, that we'll get in for you. You can read their profiles, but just to give you a bit of a flavour of one of our favourite guys, is Mads. He is a huge investment. He has a huge investment portfolio worth over $4 billion. He regularly comes in, which is great, and we have virtual appointments with him, and talk about our ideas. So yeah, that's the level of people that we can get in for you. Okay, so what also we offer is something called Hive Network. This is an additional support for you other than our advisors. We have internal mentors and high-performing students within the Enterprise Hive, and they will help you on a personal level. We also have several external mentors most of whom own their own business and are leaders from the Birmingham area. But due to COVID-19, we're actually getting a lot of mentors from further afield, which is great, who are happy to do virtual appointments. But you guys tend to be the guys that the business leaders from Birmingham. They're the ones that you tend to get the real support from. So that's the Enterprise Hive in a nutshell. Only UCB students and alumni are available to use the service, so that's completely exclusive to you as a UCB student. So the second part of the project is a project we have called Be Seen. Be Seen in essence is a collaboration between the Birmingham universities, and what we have done is set up our own incubation centres, and each university supports students from that perspective. What we really want to do with the Be Seen project is recognise the different strengths and the universities have, and help each other so we can all help our students. It really is a successful programme. 9 to 5 months ago, we reached our 10,000 business launch mark, which is a huge success. So Be Seen has launched probably within the region of 10,100 businesses now. So yeah, really successful program. So here is just a small criteria. Most of you will match this. Obviously, student in the UK or EU. You need to be a graduate at a university within the UK, and you must reside in Birmingham or Solihull area. And just below here these are our different partners. We've got Aston University, Birmingham City University, Newman University, and obviously ourselves. We work very closely together to support each other and get your business off the ground and get it launched. Okay, so this is one of our main benefits of Be Seen. It's the 5-day intensive boot camp. We will get the top trainers from several areas: business planners, market researchers, sales gurus, accountants, lawyers. You will get all of these wonderful people in a room for you. We'll get yourself, and there'll also be about 70 to 80 entrepreneurs who will also be on the Be Seen program. Get everyone all together, and they will give you a top class support. The training is, and the trainers are absolutely phenomenal. The advisors, Nathan and Joe, they also go to it themselves because they just learn so much. It's an outstanding boot camp. Of course, because of COVID, we've had to adapt slightly, but our plans are to go back to an intensive boot camp in hopefully a couple of months' time. But for the moment, it is a virtual boot camp. But it has had some great feedback from that, because people are saying it really works well because they don't need to commute into the city. So maybe we might go hybrid, I don't know. Okay, so this is another small benefit from coming onto the programme, is that you'll get a £500 business startup grant. This can be spent on anything to help you get your business set up. So whether it's to buy a laptop or buying stock for your business or enrolling onto a course that you might need for your business. So yeah, whatever it is that you need, we will get that help for you by giving you this small business grant. The most powerful benefit we feel is that you get from this program is an allocated industry mentor. There is a slight difference between the Be Seen mentor and the Enterprise Hive mentor. This mentor will only be looking after you. So for one whole year, this really special person will be giving you one-to-one personal support, which, speaking to one of our best mentors, we actually asked him how much it would be to pay for their advice privately, and they said £800 an hour. So that is the level of people that you'll be learning from and have as a mentor. So really high level people there. Another fantastic benefit that you'll get is free office space for a whole year. So if you've just set up your own business, you've been on the boot camp, and then you can come and get your free office space for one whole year, which is city centre office, located. And obviously, as we all know, city centre offices are expensive, so this is a really nice benefit to take advantage of. So here are some of the success stories, which I'm not going to play them all today, but I will share the link so that you can check them out in your own time and hear what our students have to say about the Enterprise Hive and the Be Seen project, and how it's helped them with their business. There's more case studies actually on our YouTube channel as well, which you're more than welcome to check out. Just flick through these here. Okay, so here's a few of the businesses we've supported. You might recognise some of them. For the Enterprise Hive, we're approaching 580 student businesses on our books. So that's a huge entrepreneurial passion within UCB. On the Be Seen project, the people who are the high flyers and are doing exceptionally well, that is also an option for you if you wish to progress onto the Be Seen project. And then here we've got our contact details, so really responsive on email actually. So it's best to contact us by email. And also we have the social media. So obviously we're on the platforms as mentioned before, LinkedIn, Instagram, and where have we got? Oh, I do apologise. Yeah, and Twitter. So if you're interested in entrepreneurship, I would really strongly recommend that going to follow us, simply because throughout the week we're posting many different opportunities. For instance, we've recently posted about a business competition that took place today, where if you upload a 60-second video of yourself on YouTube, with your business idea, the prize fund is £10,000. So these types of opportunities come up quite regularly. So that's through the social medias that you'll get to find out about them. So yeah, that's it from me, guys. I warmly welcome any questions you might have. I'll just pop a link in the chat, which will take you directly to that page where you can check out the videos. Obviously, if you wish to book us, just go ahead and book us. We are normally booked up 1 week in advance. So the sooner you book us, the sooner we can talk to you about your business idea and just get it off the ground. So yeah, if you've got any questions, please ask.
Great, thank you very much, Laura. That was very engaging and very informative. Students that don't know, the Enterprise Hive are actually based within Hired on the left-hand side on the ground floor in Moss House. There is one question in the public chat, Laura, from Rohan. Okay. So students on the Tier 4 visa are not eligible to get help from the Hive. That's correct. So students on Tier 4 visa, are they not eligible to get help from the Hive?
Oh, I'm not actually entirely sure. Best thing to do is probably to email us actually, and we can find out for you. Yeah, I'm not too sure what. Just to No
worries, that's fine. Rohan, it might be best for you to drop an email to the Enterprise Hive email address, I believe, which Laura had at the end of a slide. Laura, are you able to add in the details in the public chat for us?
Yeah, sure.
Brilliant, that's fine. So we have now come to an end. We would like to thank, I'm just going to share this first. We just would like to thank all of our students that have joined the events, not only for today, but if you joined in the last few series of events that we've had last week and, on Tuesday and last week as well. So thank you very much. Just a reminder, my name is Sabbath and my colleague Yasmin, we both work within Hired. We both are employee engagement and alumni officers. So we do support Hired. We do support students on behalf of Hired with CV writing, covering letters, work experience placements, anything else. So we are always here available to support you guys. Do keep an eye out on our Hired portal. There are many other virtual presentations which will take place this week, next week, and possibly in December as well. There won't be events like this. However, there'll be 1 hour presentations, which myself and my colleague Yasmin are in the middle of actually arranging and organising for you. So, for example, we've got one tomorrow. We've got a few spaces remaining for that, which you can view on the Hired@UCB portal as well. So any questions, feel free to ask. Other than that, thank you very much for all your time, your support, and joining in.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.